proposed by Simon Ekpa is looking like a bigger threat than what Trump represents. And when I was reading out America, these people should realize that Simon is asking the people to celebrate Biafra heroes from 29 to the 31st. I only ask for 1 day. That's May 30, which is the day that over the years that celebrated the Biafran heroes. But Simon Ekpa is saying no. It has to be from the 29th to the 31st. That is a threat that we have to deal with.
What we are doing has not been done before, never attempted in the history of freedom fighting. We want to do this in style, in the Biafran style. They denied us between 67 and 70 because we were ill prepared. This time around, we are prepared and making sure that we leave no stone unturned in the pursuit of what we know to be rightfully ours. Biafra government, if they understand what government is about, Biafra government is completely in charge of Biafra land. The de facto government and the government in exile controls the entire Biafra territory. And for that reason, we ban every check.
So now that you mentioned Simon Ekpa, he's somewhere in you living his life and dishing out orders from that part of the world to people that live in the southeast. And mostly he's being obeyed, or he has people that carry out his orders. Why do you think the southeast governors have not done something about Simon Ekpa specifically? Obviously, the man is powerful and people are listening to him on the ground.
Well, the Southeast governors could appeal to the Attorney General or the President, because the law is very clear. What?
We are actually carrying out what we call interrogation in a professional way to get them. We are conscious of the provisions of Anti-Torture Act of 2070. We don't need to torture anybody. It may take us time to get information from them. We surely get information from them. We still get as many as possible that's still the way that's at large.
What Amnesty International today revealed is that the police is killing hundreds of people. They're getting away with murder and nothing happens. Most of the relatives of the people who were killed never get justice. Many of them don't even find out what happened to their loved one. When you take commercial drivers who drive minivans they are always stopped by the police, and as a matter of practice, they have to pay bribes before they can continue. Sometimes commercial drivers refuse to pay because they say that they've already paid it, or they just don't want to pay. And that's where problems will start. And the driver will be asked to step out of his vehicle, and then either he will be beaten, he can be arrested. But we have also documented quite a number of cases where he was killed.
Those that seek to cast doubt over our ability to accomplish this very thing we said, they are in for a rude awakening. They are in for a shock. We are not going to change our stance. We are not going to turn down the volume of our castigation of those who are responsible for our servitude. We don't intend to spare those who, with their red caps, those who have compromised, those who are working with the authorities of the zoo, those who are hell-bent to complete what Warren Chief started, those who are bent to ensure that we remain slaves in our own land forever. We are going to fight each and every one of them, and we are going to triumph. Our weapon is very simple. It is just the truth. We have a song to read. We want to dance to our great leader, Nnamdi Kanu, and our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, who rendered this song because of our victory on our voting today. So we want to say, render this song to the glory of Chukwukike Abiyama. 1, 2, go. Biafra is a promised land. Simon Ekpa has conquered Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu has taken his place among the leaders of the world.
Thank you, Biafran people. Thank you, lovers of freedom. Thank you, supporters of Biafra. Thank you, those that stood their ground in the 66 to 70s during the genocide of one Nigeria federal military government, aided by the UK government, the American government, the USSR, the Arab nations, the Russians, the OAU, and the Nigerian terrorist government against the Biafran people. I salute the existence of the name of this country, Finland, because Finland stood their ground. Finland stood their ground to support and to defend the Biafran people during the genocide. And up till today, Finland is still our father and mother and our solace, our succor in this present day. God bless Finland, and God bless the leaders of Finland, and God bless those that have made Finland a secure place for our Prime Minister. Because without a secure place for our Prime Minister to be, we wouldn't be having all the strides and the success. It is one thing for you to make yourself a willing sacrifice for your people to be liberated. Then it is another thing for you to have enabling environment that is well secured, that protects your interests and give you a level playing field for you to be able to carry out all that Chukwukike has ordained you to do. We thank Finland and may God bless Finland. And God will continue to bless Finland till eternity. For all Biafrans that have been supporting the liberation, who make sure their names are called on daily basis when we come to announce those that have made their payment for the liberation tax, and even those that do it nicodemously and remains anonymous, kudos to all of you because you have written your names in gold. For standing your ground, giving your trust to the Prime Minister since MNK was kidnapped, even when you did not know and see us physically. None of you had known the Prime Minister or known him to his house, except some of us that have lived in Finland with him. Until last year convention in Helsinki, that many of you had to see the Prime Minister face to face, and to see some of us face to faces to know who we are and what we look like in reality. But since MNK was kidnapped, you have all given your trust to the Prime Minister, not minding where we are, who we are, that you've not known us or see us facially. It is a unity of purpose that has driven us, the joy and the interest of defending motherland and having our Biafra. This is what has kept us this far. So let that unity of purpose, Biafra first, continue as we drive to surmount and to destroy more enemies that are rising day by day. Because the Nigerian government have not started crying yet. Their cry will increase and it will multiply, and Musa will cry with a louder voice than what he has done now. So Musa, if you have not taken Kwili Kwili or Zobo to be able to play your voice or to clear your throat when you be crying, please do go and take some, because we have not really started yet. We are just testing the ground. We are just pressing your neck and then you are wailing. By the time we start putting your neck on a spike, that is when you will understand very well that this present dispensation of Biafrans, this very Prime Minister, this very Biafran government in exile, the de facto government in the homeland, are not in for play. Mazen Namdekanu told you guys that when we will start our own madness, that our own madness will come with swag. And it will be nothing compared to what the Boko Harams have done. Because the Boko Harams are people that don't know their left from the right. So how about people that knows where they are going, people that have gone to school, learn one trade and another, and understand what life is all about? During the genocidal war of 66 to 70s, we produced everything that we use. The ammunitions that we use, we produce them. We did not buy or acquire them from anywhere. But when you listen to Musa speak from Abuja on Channels Television, he tell you that they buy everything they have to use as ammunitions. This is after 63 years. So a country with no visions, a country with no dreams and aspirations, a country with nothing achieved and put on the table for over 63 years. It's not a country that can go to anywhere. Then Biafra stood, produce everything they use to destroy one Nigeria in 3 years and sustain it. And then in this very day, we are making use of all the antics and all the tactics and all the innovations of the day. And that which we have not yet known, they are all coming. Those that were massacred and slaughtered on the order of Tinubu, and those that were also arrested and locked up, they are still in detention in the name of exemplifying their tenancy of democracy. Legito Gate massacre was a way of exercising democracy, the power of democracy. So when they were talking about democracy yesterday, did you all want to ask them what happened in Legito Gate as a message of democracy? Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is in detention. I heard them speak about democracy. I heard all of them speak about democracy. They say fair play, peace, unity, progress, bringing in the protesters and listening to their grievances. I heard them speak and say they were the fathers of protest, that they protested to see democracy come to be. They protested to see a civil rule come to be that was transcended from the military rule to the civilian so that it will be democratic. What has become democratic since that time till now? And what is different from what ensued when they were all arrested and locked up that has happened now? Is it not the same way that they were arrested and locked up under a tyrannic government that they themselves now have arrested other people and locked up, and then they come back to sit down and talk about democracy? The youth that were massacred in Lekki Toll Gate and all over Nigeria, which my own blood is part of them, he was not even in Lekki Toll Gate, but he was in far back Akwa Ibom, where he walked out to go, and he did not even engage himself in the protests of the Lekki. He was just going his own. He did not engage himself in the NSAS protest. But a stray bullet that was shot by the police to disperse the protesters just came and then scattered the skull into two. This is somebody that just walked out of the house 5 minutes ago and gave a kiss to the children on the cheek. And then suddenly, brain was. So, it is not everybody that died at toll gates. There are many other massacres that were ongoing all around the country in the same name of the NSAS on that very day. So if you've been a victim of one Nigeria and one another, one way or another, you should understand what we mean. So those people that went out to actually protest, they were exercising their right of democracy. They were exercising their right to speak and to make people know and to remember that, oh, someday there was democracy that we talked about and we brought it to play. We transcended from the military rule. Then we decided to speak of a democratic rule. That is what gave them the umbrella to go out, because they thought they were in a democratic rule. And then they say, kill all of them. They shot at them. Today you hear them speak of democracy. What democracy do you speak of? When people cannot protest anymore, what democracy do you speak of? When freedom fighters and those that are speaking for peace, those that are speaking for a new nation, those that are protesting against insurgents, those that are protesting against the terrorists, students will protest and then you will call police to go and arrest and kill them. Before the 12 nonsense that came, a day to the June 12th, on the night of that very day, the protest organizer was arrested and locked up in Lagos. Those that wanted to protest on the June 12th, the organizer, the leader, was arrested and locked up so that he will not suffix on the June 12th, so that there will be no protest of any kind, so that they will not come and express their grievances, so that he will not come and lead the people and let them talk. Because after all, you see that Showore was paid off and then he went back to his comfort zone. Sunday Igboho is on his own also. So they have all been freed and then they have to keep quiet. So those now that were about to organize another protest yesterday, they arrested them and locked them up. It's even good that they did not kidnap. They arrested and locked them up. So maybe after yesterday, today, tomorrow, they may now release them. Because as of today, when I read the news, they are still demanding for their release. Yet, you had them sit down and they were reading one long note and talking about democracy. Tinubu, from the pre-recorded video that he was reading, he said many of them were arrested and locked up while in the homeland, while others were in exile. He said others were outside the prison, some governors, some attorneys, some lawyers, some commissioners were still canvassing for their release, and they continued the revolution mandate. They continued the protests, they continued to speak for democracy to still stand, while others were locked up in detention out of tyranny. Now, I'm asking all of us today, what is different from what was done of 25 years ago and what is done today? Are protesters, are journalists not being arrested and kidnapped and locked up because they expose the ignorant crimes of the ruling class? They went as far as Kenya to kidnap Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, to lock him up because he speaks against the corruption of one Nigeria. He exposes them and tells the entire world and the entire people of Nigeria what was to come. They kidnap. So kidnapping is a breach of democracy. So they tell me now. Kidnapping is part of democracy. If you are practicing democracy in your country, you have to kidnap any citizen as a government, lock him or her up because they do what? They open their mouth to speak. Yet they say there is freedom of speech. Yet they say there is freedom of association. Yet they say there is freedom of worship. Yet they say there is freedom of choice. Yet they say there is freedom for you to decide who you want to be, how you want to be, what you want to do, who you want to talk to, and who you don't want to talk to. whether you want to be a Nigerian or not, whether you want your new nation as Biafra or Duduwa or Amazonia or no. Everything that they have said that happened in 25 years ago is all repetition of what they are doing now. And then they sit back to be reading the nonsense, long paper for their useless and gullible listeners who don't understand what history is all about. Now, Musa outrightly told the entire world that they are very happy reintegrating Boko Haram Islamic Jihadist terrorists into the army, and it is very good and working very well for them. But they must go and kidnap Simon Ekpa. So you should now understand why this Biafra that all of you are fighting for must not be played with. Because if the government of the day, the CDS, the Chief of Defense Staff of the Federation has come out and said that we adopted the strategy of reintegrating and working with the terrorists is working very good for us. We are comfortable with this. Then, all of you that are serving in the Nigerian army who are not bona fide Boko Haram Islamic Jihadist terrorists, you are fooled forever. If you did not leave the army before, and if you're still in the army till today, that means you will never be freed. Because at this very point, you should learn something from what Musa told you. You know, the last time Musa was telling the entire world that the issue of Biafra is that when they come to the southeast to bomb the Biafran people, the vegetations, the forests, the trees, the green leaves, the palm kernels trees, the palm trees, the palm front, the mango trees, the orange trees, the malina trees, the udara trees, and all the big, big trees that God has blessed us in Biafra lands with, that these trees makes it difficult for them to be able to aim on Biafrans and to kill them the way they are supposed to kill them. So that is what makes it difficult for them to kill them and to finish them. But in Sambisa forest, why did they call it forest? When you go to Sambisa forest, you cannot kill any of them. But in Biafra land, you want to have a clear field so that you can level them one time. When you come with the aircraft, you drop one bomb, bam, you now finish all of them. You see, the God of Biafra makes it difficult for you to see the Biafra children and women when you come to kill them. The God of Biafra is what blindfolds the pilot that is inside that your terrorist aircraft to come to bomb Biafran people. And that is why whenever you come, we will see you, you will not see us. We will shoot down your aircraft and then you'll be whiling from Biafra land till you go and end up dying in Niger. And this will continue because Biafra land must be defended at all costs. This is not 1967. So how will somebody argue the rationale that the military wing of a country is very comfortable working with the terrorists and having them as part of their armies? No wonder the indigenous persons in the army are always killed. And Martin Nnamdi Kanu had said this all along. The Prime Minister has said this all along. You people ignored. Indigenous people that are in the army, they are endangered species, while the Boko Harams are actually the ones in charge. The terrorists in the army that has been recruited are actually the ones in charge. Over 100 and something thousand have been recruited back into the army. And then you heard Musa say, oh, when we go into some communities, we ask them, do you have weapons? You are foolish. You come to my community to ask me if we have weapons. Then I'll go and tell you I have weapons. I'll come and show you. Then as we go inside, the next thing, the people you ask if they have weapons, they'll go and assume their weapons from the ground and start shooting you from the rear. Yes, because you are foolish. You are foolish because amongst all of you that comes into every community, no one of you is identified as an indigenous soldier. Because when an army is infiltrated of terrorists, every army personnel is a terrorist. You cannot differentiate who is an indigenous army and who is a terrorist. So therefore, all of them are terrorists invested. So you have to treat them all as such. And when you listen to the chief of defense staff of a country talk, you understand very well that this is not an army of defense. This is an army of occupation. They come to occupy, they come to massacre, they come to destroy, they come to reduce the numbers of people. The Biafra Liberation Army will continue to destroy these monsters. But if you think that you are monstrous, coming to Biafra land will make you understand that the Biafra Liberation Army are more monstrous in nature than you that you think that you are. Gumi is advocating for the terrorists on daily basis that if you kill one terrorist, you are killing Islamic Jihad and their hegemony. That the terrorists are their foot soldiers, that you don't have to touch because they're fighting ethnic war. So there's been ethnic war declared in one Nigeria all these years, but yet they are telling you that there is no war ongoing. So one side have already decided that they are fighting ethnic war, while the other gullible people in the country are accepting that they are in a secular state, that they are in a comfortable zone, that they are very okay, that they are in one Nigeria. And you all are jubilating. Continue to jubilate, because the same way they speak with sweet mouth for you on their democracy day nonsense is the same way they will speak for you when they invade your communities, and then babies, children, women, and men heads are chopped off. You see, BBC made it a laughable matter. That BBC will see that babies, children, women, and men are slaughtered on daily basis in Nigeria. It is not something to be portrayed, or it is not something to be reported on BBC. But when a zombie junketing drug poisoned a walking corpse president was slipping off and falling like a baby, BBC World News found it so interesting to make it the headline. You see how useless the media has become, because your lives are no priority. What you should focus on is comedy. That is why they normally give you BB Niger now. While Fulani Islamic Jihadist terrorists are invading your communities to cut off heads, they keep you occupied with BB Niger so that you go and be watching breasts, go and be watching penis, go and be watching yash, go and be watching how children of people are disgracing themselves on a live television. And then you will be paying money, recharging your card, opening your TV, using your phone, wasting your time to be watching nonsense. While they are invading the next community, you are busy glued to your phone watching Baby Niger, because they understand where your mind is. Comedy. Put their minds in there. Give them laughter. Let them laugh and continue to laugh till they cut their heads off. Then you'll be shining your 32 while your head was cut off. How many Christians Association of Nigeria were just beheaded a week ago? Have you heard any comment from the Nigerian authority? Have you had any comments from the Christian Association of Nigeria? Can they themselves, the officials of Christian Association of Nigeria, even help themselves? Talk less of to come and help Christians that have been slaughtered. You also that the big pastors and that the GOs and bishops in Nigeria have all absconded to UK and America and Europe to have their safe haven. Because who owns private jets? Who owns armored cars in Nigeria? Who owns bulletproof cars in Nigeria? Is it you, the poor masses? No. It is the politicians. It is the pastors. It is the bishops. And these are the people that are preaching to you. And they'll be shaking their heads and doing for you, Holy Spirit. But yet they are the ones that are not even believing in the Bible that they carry. They are believing in the bulletproof car. They are believing in the aircraft. They are believing in the AK-47 and the AK-49. They are believing in the policeman and the Air Force man and the Army man and the Navy man that has to protect them as they climb the pulpit and then come down, as they go to crusade and down, as they go along the way. The Air Force man, the policeman, the naval personnel, the army should be able to accompany them. If not, they don't have faith in God that God will protect them. Oh, now only you will be a congregation member. Now you be the person where know how to worship God, pass your own pastor. Now your faith now come strong, pass your pastor on. Nonsense people. So the deception will continue, but in Biafra land, the defense mechanism has been instituted. If you have not been supporting Biafra liberation, you are doing yourself more harm than good. And you are not doing Simon Ekpa. Listen to us very well. Yes. If you are not supporting Biafra liberation, you are not doing Simon Ekpa, the prime minister. The reason why they want him kidnapped, the same way they kidnapped Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, is because he's not allowing over 50 babies, children, women, and men to be massacred. He's not allowing the heads of these babies to be chopped off, cut and sliced to pieces like they have done in Katsina in the past days. Is the reason because he has not allowed terrorists to invade your communities and for you to come and lay down the lifeless bodies of your mothers and fathers and uncle on the ground, like they did in Benue days ago, like they did in Borno days ago, like they did in Niger days ago, like they did in Sokoto days ago, like they did in Kano days ago. There is no single day that there is no genocide committed on the indigenous people with the occupation army that has been brought into the communities. The reason why they want to kidnap Simon Ekpa, the reason why Musa is crying that Simon Ekpa should be kidnapped and brought to Nigeria the same way they kidnapped Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, is because he has made it difficult. He has become a stumbling block. He has become a blockade against you cutting off the heads of Biafran children, turning them to widows, turning them to fatherless and motherless, desolating the communities and cutting everybody to pieces. These are the reasons why. Because the whole thing is about Islamic Jihad. So for the Islamic Jihad to prevail, every tool must be used. Remember very well that the APC was used as a tool for the Islamic Jihad to prevail, which is playing the role of the Islamic Party. It played the role of the Islamic Jihad. Buhari remained in power, and over 100,000 were massacred during his tenure. And none of you are talking about it. Antonio Guterres, the United Nations Secretary, came into Nigeria. He supervised skeletons and dead bodies of babies, women, and children and walked past them in the bushes in the far north. And then all he could tell you is that you must go and reintegrate the same terrorists back into the defense forces. And that is what Musa did. That is why you heard Musa tell you on international television that the idea of reintegrating and recruiting the over 200 and something Boko Haram terrorists into the army is a welcome idea and that it is working very well. It is working very well because when you see them go on invasion of communities, it is not the indigenous armies that will need to go and do the massacre. They have to align that duty to the inborn terrorist, which is what? Something that is running in his veins. Because if to put knife on the neck of a baby is not something that is running in your veins, it to irritate you to do it when you are called upon to do it. In the military, there are some orders that you disobey from your superior. You either go into the guard room and serve 90 days detention than for you to carry out some orders. Yes, he is your superior, but as a subordinate, there are things you decide to do out of your conscience. You will hear obey the last command, but yes, we disobey some commands because I will not be given knife to cut off the throat of my own mother, then I will go and cut. I will not be given knife to cut off the throat of my own child, then I will go and cut. Because cutting off the heads of another child is cutting off the head of your own child. Cutting off the head of another baby is cutting off the head of your own baby. Cutting off the head of a woman or a man is cutting off the head of your father or mother or your siblings or relations or peer groups or even your classmates. So the indigenous army personnel, when given such orders, would not like to carry it out. But the Boko Haram terrorists that have been reintegrated into the army will be the ones to carry out this kind of act. And they are ready to do anything to the extent and to the point of a suicide mission. That if they are given a bomb vest to wrap all over their body, enter into schools, enter into churches, enter into communities, market, and then they will do, not even minding the classes of people that are to die in the process. It's what they do in the hope of marrying thousands of virgins when they go to heaven. Nonsense. So the Nigerian government is very proud to be using Boko Haram, Islamic Jihadist terrorists as their own foot soldiers to go into communities and to massacre indigenous people. When you saw the invasion of the Plateau community the last time, you saw arrays of terrorists coming all the way from the mountain. Then you saw students in the university wailing. They were crying in broad daylight and they were videoing it and putting it on the media. Up to today, have you heard of any prop against the students that were massacred on that day? No. The thing is that when you walk out from your father's house, you know that you are going to live and die. So if your father sees you come back or your mother sees you, oh, glory to God, my son has gone and come back today. Because they have made you understand that Nigeria is turn by turn. So anytime you go out, you don't come back, you take it as your own fate. Then Musa is very, very happy and comfortable to come out, open his mouth wide on the television, and tell you Simon Ekpa must be kidnapped and brought back because he is stopping us from carrying out the massacre, the genocide, the slaughter, same way we do in the far north in Biafra land. There you go down to say Finland is supporting him and spearheading him and giving him succor. Yes, Finland will stand for what is right. Finland stood for what is right, and they will continue to stand for what is right. They stood to our defense in the 66 to 70s, and they have still come to stand again in this very time. Friends of good time are friends forever. Friends that stand when someone puts knife on your neck and then defends you to the last blood. Those are friends you need to speak of. Those are friends you need to always call upon. Those are friends you need to always remember. Because without Finland, our prime minister will not have a safe haven to be able to defend motherland. The objective was kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, then bury all the Biafrans. Like Musa said, when we go to Biafra land to bomb them with the aircraft, we cannot see them from above because the vegetations, the trees and the forests and everything therein forbids us from seeing them clearly. You see? You understand the point now. So after kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you guys needed to have gone there and then bomb the entire community so that they will all die and they will never speak of Biafra again. So that when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sits back in detention and see that there is no Biafran singing Biafra or all hail Biafra again, then he will know that his own is finished. Then he will give up on Biafra. But God brought Simon Ekpa out from Finland and gave us Soko from Finland. And because of his consistency and determination and focus on the ball of Biafra, the rising sun, today you are all crying. Why do you need to cry? No, you don't need to cry. You don't need to cry. You need to go back. You need to buckle up. You need to come back because the Biafra Liberation Army has not started the real deal yet. We are just pressing your neck. We have not even tested the microphone. We are just pressing your neck. You know how you test somebody's neck with a showy display? Yes, that is what we are doing. Let's wait till after the declaration, 2nd December 2024. Then you will see the declaration document. Because in today's democracy and politics, what speaks is documentation. When the entire nation of Biafra has penned their signatures and given their mandate for Biafra to be declared and restored, you will understand what it means and what it means and what will remind you of defending the integrity of a nation. For now, we are just pressing your neck. And it's good that you all continue to cry now so that the entire world will know what is happening. It is time that you people continue to help us to create the awareness. Yes, I love it when I see Musa cry because that creates the awareness that makes the entire world to know who Simon Ekpa is and what he is talking about and the reason why he makes the headlines. The reason why the entire nation is talking about him. It makes me happy when I see that the lawmakers' chambers, the biggest place like the Congress of America, in the name of the National Assembly, the Senate of one Nigeria, is seated down discussing Biafra. Discussing Simon Ekpa in proxy is discussing Biafra. How many of you had ever thought that the National Assembly of Nigeria would devote a day and sit down and they will be talking about Biafra? And then the Senate president will tell you that this matter of Simon Ekpa has become a national issue. We cannot continue to ignore it. That is why we are giving our time and concern, because the ripple effect of this Biafra is hitting us on the ass. And we are feeling the pains from everywhere. Every part of the country who claims to ignore it, they are feeling it. Because we are not terrorists, that is number one. But what we are doing is speaking volume. The reaction and the action and the momentum and the result is hitting every part of the country. Before the National Assembly will come and sit down to talk about it, you should go and have a rethink to understand what it means. You know, I had thought that the National Assembly will sit down to be talking about what measures can we use to make sure we destroy the terrorists in the far north. Because destroying the terrorists in the far north is a bigger problem. And the reason why everybody in this country were talking and wants to go their way is because We have allowed insecurity to become the determinant of existence in this country. Insecurity has become the determinant of human life. How you will grow, if you will not grow, if you will be alive, if you will not be alive, if you will stay in this country, if you will not stay. Insecurity has been the bedrock. If you all did not overlook insecurity and decide to take sides with insecurity, will I be supreme leader? Did because he saw that you are massacring people, coming, and he's telling you, stop it, stop it. Everybody should stand up and then defend themselves. He said, no. Then he said, okay, in that case, I have my own stand for my own people. We have to defend ourselves. And in defending ourselves, we cannot fight the common enemy when we know that there is so much of compromise. We have to dissociate ourselves from compromised leadership first and foremost. We stand on our own so that we will now be able to fight a common enemy, because the arrays of enemies are humongous. So Biafra is the solution. But because you guys are useless, being in the Senate, gathering all day with your pot bellies, have embezzled into your pocket, what could come into your mind is, we have to go and look for Simon Ekpa and kidnapped. We have to go and look for the Biafran Liberation Army and kidnap. Go down, go now. He's not just talking in the National Assembly, talking all trash and making that showy display of video so that the Nigerian people will be applauding you. For how many years you people have just been making noise like this? Has it stopped the Boko Haram terrorists from carrying out their ignorance crimes on the indigenous people? No, it has never stopped. It has never stopped, and it will not stop, because you people, Nigerian government, are now acting like the UK government and the American and the European government. How? This is how you are acting. You make use of every terrorist to be able to sell your interest and your political gain so that you will be on the top. That is why you are using Boko Haram terrorists. The main reason why you brought Boko Haram terrorists was come and make sure you host Gulo Jonathan out of office, because you saw it was going to bring light. No, the government, the country, the administration must be in the hands of the terrorists so that they can continue to have dominance over every other person. So it must be one race, it must be one agenda, it must be one Sharia, it must be one jihad. So they had to bring Boko Haram in. Contracted terrorists. You brought them in, you hosted this man out, and then you gave it over to your boy. He continued from where you guys stopped before. The genocide continued. Islamic jihadist conquest ethics reignited, coming down till now. Then you guys had somebody to sponsor you people with drug money. Tinubu had to sponsor the APC with the drug money. Not now that you people now have other allegiances coming out from left, right, center. Now you say, oh, Finland is sponsoring Simon. You see how foolish you are. You talk from the two sides of your mouth. Yet you will still open your mouth on the same channel television and say, oh, we are tracing and we know their funds, their inflow of these funds are coming in. But you are the same person that say it's Finland that is supporting Simon Ekpa. So Finland is giving Simon Ekpa money to buy weapons, Abi? Or Finland is the one raising funds for Simon Ekpa to buy weapons to defend motherland? Mad people everywhere. Our fundraising is not a backdoor meeting. Our fundraising is open. This is a government, and the reason why you must see everything transparent so that you will know and there will be evidences. What we say in the dark, we say it here for you to hear it. Because when you go and kill indigenous persons, you cut off heads of babies, women, and children, you don't keep those videos behind the scene. When you guys cut off the heads of the Christian Association of Nigerian officials last week, you videoed it and put it on the media. It was on the media. United Nations have seen it. European Union have seen it. The UK have seen it. The US have seen it. The OAU have seen it. The Russians have seen it. The Asians have seen it. The Antarcticans, they have seen it. The Caribbeans have seen it. Everybody have seen it. But they have not said anything, right? Okay. It is Biafra that you come to say something. Mad people. We cannot fold our arms to watch you come and cut our own children to pieces. Because you're Nigeria now, cows are now VIP citizens. Discuss inside your Senate that cows can own passports, that cows can own the same rights as a human being owns. So cows are treated as important properties, and treated as human beings. Oh, you don't have to carry out such law against the cow. Master. So we don't want to be treated as cows, and we don't want to live in a country where we share the same right with cows. We are no cows. We are Biafrans. So if, oh my God, when I listened to that senator, there was one senator that said that 100 trillions of cows does not worth the life of one human being. There was one senator that said so. He said 100 trillions of cows does not worth the life of one human being, does not worth the life of one baby that is human being. So why are you people saying that cows should be treated as citizens of the country? This is why you people worship cow. This is why you people even have sex with cow. After having sex with cow, you use the same cow to do sacrifice. You still use the same cow to come and sell and give the people to buy and eat. Cows that have been invested of sicknesses. Cows that you people have used to do juju finish. Oh my God. Biafrans are no cows, and Biafrans can never accept themselves to cohabit with cows, neither to share the same right with cows. We are not animal nation, and we can never be, and we can never allow it to come to be. That is why we will resist every avenue of aggression and terrorism against the indigenous people of Biafra. Biafra land is not Abuja. Biafra land is not Kafanchan. Biafra land is not the far north. The earlier you guys get this straight into your thick skulls, the better for you. Musa, your shame, they shame me. Know why your shame, they shame me? Because you happen to touch rifle. Then there are many of us here that have also touched rifle. So when you speak, your shame, they shame us. When you speak, your shame, they shame us, Musa. Because I did not expect that someone that has touched rifle and gone to a military training like you will be speaking the way you speak. Your shame! The shame people we don't also touch rifle before. Very, very shameful. And we don't know how to put this. Hi! In this very life. Please, if you want to come for Simon Ekpa, come in the open. Yes. And when you are coming, prepare very well. And if you are coming in the spiritual, let us also know. Because now we are prepared in all ramifications. But the entire world and the people should understand that the reason why they say they want Simon Ekpa kidnapped is because he is stopping the terrorists, which the Nigerian army have recruited into their army to use and kill indigenous people in the far north. Simon Ekpa is stopping them from carrying out the same crimes in Biafra land. And to this end, Biafran people, which they call IPOB, meaning indigenous people of Biafra have a government. And that government is the Biafran Republic government in exile, headed by the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the man that they want to hang his head on the spike, the man that they want to kill, the man that they say he has done evil by defending his people and protecting his motherland. That is the man they want to kill. That is the man they want to be destroyed because he is defending motherland. So if you're listening to us, listen very well. We will continue to speak for Biafra and we will continue to defend Biafra and motherland. And there is nothing that can stop us and there is nothing that will hinder us. Today is Thursday. From your end, it may be Friday, and from your end, it may be Wednesday. But on Saturday, it is our mega fundraising, where all Biafrans gather to contribute what they have, to buy weapons to defend motherland. We have an army, and that army is called the Biafra Defense Force, where we have segments of different defense groups. You have the Liberation Army, you have the Resistance Fighters, you have the Dragon Marine, you have many that you don't know their names. Yes, you don't need to know all of them. But we have the Defense Force, Biafra Defense Force. That is the forces of Biafra that is defending Biafra that you see Musa cry on a daily basis. We are not getting aid from anybody. It is the Biafran people that unanimously come together on every Saturday that raise funds that we use to defend motherland. Yes. So when you hear Musa crying and calling of Finland, tell Musa to go to school because the very NDA that he attended, many of us went there, but we learned something. But his own, he did not learn anything. So at this very point, Musa does not know the meaning of government in exile. Because if Musa knew, he wouldn't be coming out to talk from the two sides of his mouth. Yes. At this very point, Musa does not understand what it means to have a government with legitimacy. A government that is saddled with the responsibility of protecting our own people, not allowing their people to be slaughtered by the invaders or the aggressors and the assailants that will run in and out. Musa was enumerating tactical measures of killing people because he was not talking about killing terrorists. He was talking about killing people, killing indigenous persons. And these are measures that should not be deployed on armed civilians. These are measures that are only supposed to be deployed on aggressors, on terrorists that are coming against you. But you see, Musa has decided to make himself the enemy of the people. So if you do not know Musa very well, know it now that they have used him to destroy him and they are going to destroy him. And in this very Biafra that we are now, we don't look face of whoever the zoo will use to destroy his or herself. We will help you to buy as the zoo wants to use you. So Saturday is our mega fundraising. So Musa, you have been seeing how we do the fundraising, and yet you don't want to believe and assimilate only that one. No, you want to always come out and say that Finland is giving us weapons. That Finland is supporting us with this and supporting us with that. Okay, even if Finland is giving us weapons or supporting us with anything, what crime is there? As a government in exile, we have the power to liaise with countries on treaties and diplomatic ties. As a government in exile, we have the power to go into armed struggle. As a government in exile, we have the power for importation of firearms to the defense of our motherland. As a government in exile, we are saddled with the responsibilities of engaging countries diplomatically and politically and otherwise, and even military-wise. So we have the right to engage any country and to get arms and ammunition with whatever terms that we put on the table. It is the power that we have as a government, and we can do it. So if you want to go and drink acid and die, so be it, Musa, and get close to the nearest transformer because it will do you good. But for the Biafran people, we will touch every door that we have to touch to see that Biafra is restored. We will touch every door that we need to touch to see that motherland is secured. We will touch every door that we need to touch to see that our women and children and babies and fathers will not be crying and wailing, seeking for succor from where they know they cannot get. No, we will not stop giving Biafran people the security that they deserve. That is why a government was inaugurated. That is why the people gave their mandate to the prime minister to secure their territory. And we will do this jealously, I tell you, Musa. The Biafra Republic government in exile will continue to do this jealously, 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 multiplied 100 times and 1,000 times. And if you think that we are joking, you come down to Biafra land yourself and join the battlefield. Stop sitting down in the studio to talk nonsense. When you send the field marshals, try to be the field marshals on one of the occasions so that you will understand the terrain. If those that tested the terrain in 1967, when they were just coming in, within 24 hours, when they woke up in the morning, they were seeing their dead bodies littered everywhere. And then they have given the testimony till today. You now, you will tell your own in a different way. But remember to go and ask Britain why they had to come with the airstrike, with the blockade of land A and C. It was because we had defeated you all before then. I salute all Biafran people. Be part and parcel of the mega fundraising on Saturday. And do not be shivered. Do not be deterred of your courage. Do not in any way derail because of the comments coming from the Islamic Jihadist terrorist leaders. No. Democracy is what they used to deceive themselves, and they were reading paper. Countries that you all are residing, they are allowing you to exercise the real essence of democracy. Countries from where countries that you are all residing are exercising democracy and human rights, and they know your importance. So Nigeria do not know your importance. Even when you sacrifice so much, even where you are now, you are working to be contributing to the economy of Nigeria, but they don't know your importance. The money that you remit down to Nigeria on daily basis in the name of helping your families and friends and those that are in need, that money that you are remitting, just the interest that Nigeria derives from what you make and send to them, is helping the economy of Nigeria, but they don't know your value. So countries of your residence, they know your importance. So when you hear this idiot speak on national television, do not get yourself carried away. Freedom is your constitutional right. You have to exercise your freedom. You have to self-determine. You have to decide if you want your head to be cut off or if you want to be running and crying while the enemy that came after you will still come for your head and still kill you. Because when you run away, the enemy coming after you will still aim at you and then still kill you. And you will die as a coward and you will make no difference. Those countries you find yourselves today, they fought for their liberation. They fought for their freedom to come to be. They fought in cold blood. Nigeria did not go and fight for them. They fought for themselves. And today, it is a safe haven. So, do not be discouraged. Stand your ground. This is the time you need to multiply your focus and your momentum on the Biafra liberation support. And in everything that you know how to do best. Do it. Do it in high esteem. Increase the momentum. God has given you the enablement to support this liberation and this government financially, because you need money to do everything. Without your money, we cannot achieve anything. Yes, because we need the money to acquire the ammunitions we need for those that we don't produce and those that we need to buy to be able to complete one thing and another. We need money to do this and that. We need money for all logistics. So, please and please, do not be discouraged. Do not stand on defense. This is high time that you come with all the money that you have. And remember that the America, the UK, the Europe, the Asia, the Austria, and the many countries and nations that you find yourself and continents, they cannot save you. Listen very well, they cannot save you. Have you seen the UK government disown the Nigerian students that were on scholarship, which their money they cannot pay up again by those that send them there? Have you seen that they have disowned them and said they have to go back? They cannot carry your responsibility. Now, this is the same thing that applies when you think that as you jackpot from Nigeria to anywhere, that your own don't they settle. Where you there, you're comfortable. You say you don't want to do Biafra. You don't want to do Oduduwa. You don't want to do Ambazonia. Huh? Any day he fooled the head of that country to carry you throw back to your country, they can do it. Because why? It is not your country. You don't have the right the same way the indigenous persons of that country has right. You are just a visitor. Forget the fact that you marry one of them and then you have the passport of that country. Forget the fact that you have stayed there and acquired all the documents in one way or another. All those are bunkums. The day you are to be sent back, you will be sent back. And there is nothing that can stop them. When they carry their people stand, test their DNA, they see who is indigenous person of India. They see who is indigenous person of Kuwait. They see who is indigenous person of Switzerland. They see who is indigenous person of America. They see who is indigenous person of Europe. They see who is indigenous person of Britain. It is not you. Your own is acquired paper. Acquired paper. You did not born with it. You were acquired. Uh-huh. Even the children that you born there, they are acquired because they come from your blood. Mhm. You acquired them. Then they carry the document. Then they will tell them and tell you, go back to where you belong. That is when you remember that you had a home which you rejected and abandoned. Go back and fight for your own home and make it to be a living home. Support Biafra liberation because we need money. Every Biafra license in your countries, get to know them, get to know the admins, your continental reps, get to know your admins, your representatives in your country, so that you key in and know what is happening. Contribute your quota in the financial contribution of the liberation, and have your receipt of payment so that when you are applying for your ID card, you can put it in as a financially up-to-date contributor of the liberation, so that your status in Biafra will be upgraded. You will be on a better scale. You will have the right as a citizen. You will not have to be treated as a foreigner in your own land, because these are the measures that the government of Biafra is adopting, and there is nothing that can change it. I know some of you may say, oh, so some of these laws will be reviewed. Don't worry. You're wasting your time. Go and support Biafra liberation and be part and parcel of the Biafra liberation. I salute all of you. I salute my co-host, Minister Stella, Minister Kama Israel, Minister Goodinamba, Chukuma Eze, God Knoweth, Misha, Simon, Isidone Frank, 247, my minister, Okuchuku Christopher, Ronnie, then MID, BRGIE, Ben Chooks, OB Chicago, Wisdom Archbishop University, David Nana, and many and many and many of you. I see Chinwe, I see Veteran Dragon, I see Chizoba. I salute all of you. I see Ife, I see Anasta. Let's hang on. I see my able admin there, Mazi Chibueze. I see Adaoma. I see Ugo, Amoche, Ata, Ejike, Oluwole. I see all of you. Biafra is our name. Biafra is our identity. Biafra is our cause. Let's speak Biafra. Let's wear Biafra. And let's be Biafra. There we from here.
There were. Thank you, our information minister. Can somebody hear me? Kama, can you hear me? Okay. I salute all the ministers in the house. I salute Kama Israel, Ronnie, like our minister, saluted everyone. So all protocols observed. And so the topic is Musa wants Ekpa kidnapped, but Boko Haram in the army is very good. Yes, so that's what Musa wants. Musa will always want something that does not exist. Boko Haram and Musa military boys are one and the same. They are for one Islamic agenda. So whenever you hear Boko Haram, you hear Nigerian army, it's the same agenda. Or you hear Fulani herdsmen. They are all one and the same. Because they are very good in deception, they planned it that when they're now attacking Christians in the north, they will use Fulani herdsmen, or sometimes they call them bandits. When they now come down in Biafra land, they will use Nigerian military. And that's why you see Musa jumping up and down. And when the Islamic Nigeria army kill a Christian army, Musa will not say anything. Musa will become deaf and dumb and blind on top of it. So he is very busy doing people. The more you look, less you see. Calling Simon Ekpa here and Simon Ekpa there, kidnap him and don't kidnap him. Meanwhile, bad things are happening in the north. In the northern part of Nigeria, real bad things are happening. But Musa wouldn't see it. Because they are all on the same mission. That's why Musa will never speak concerning the killings going on in the north. And even in his own land. Therefore, I want to appreciate, first of all, Finland. Finland has been kind to us. They have been supporting and defending our PM. In fact, they have been looking out for us, even while me, for example, I was in my mother's womb. Finland was looking out for me. That was how we saw the woman that was looking for people to support Biafra in 1968. So I want to shout out to Finland. Appreciate them for their kindness, for their good hearts towards Biafrans. We appreciate you, Finland, for the protection you are giving to our PM. I salute you, Finland. We will continue to defend ourselves with some of our don't carry last at all. We are hardworking people, industrious. We are also honest people. When you come to do business with Biafrans, you can be sure you are doing good business. When we enter in our USB, guys, you will see companies, industries rushing down to Biafra land because they know we are business people and we are smart and industrious people. They will come and we will do good business. Nigeria is a terrorist state. They don't believe in any democracy. And they have never used the democratical system of government. They have never used it. It's a terrorist state. All they know how to do is to kill, lie, rape, kidnap, and do unlawful arrests. Force people to be converted to Islam. You refuse to be converted, they chop off your head. That's all they know how to do. Crimes upon crimes, abominations upon abominations going on in Nigeria. Nigeria is a failed country. It's a fragile country. Nigeria is a frozen country, and as such must be dissolved so that people inside there can have life. Divide Nigeria and let the indigenous people go and rule themselves. Free houses. Free the Yorubas or the Oduduwas. Free the Middle Belt and Biafrans so that people can have life. Kidnapping is not part of democracy. Don't mind Nigeria. If now, first of all, when they want to start democracy, let them first of all release Mazen and the Kanu.
We lost the connection of our co-host. Kama is real. Are you there? Kama is real. Kama is real. You're not there.
Can you hear me? Can you
Yes, I
hear
can
me?
hear you. Take over, please.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that, good sermon, educating Musa and his cohort. They think they understand what democracy is all about, but they don't. They're just pretending and camouflaging in international community, thinking that they can deceive
people. But unfortunately for them, we know better than them. And we know where they're going. We know their plan. We know what they're trying to do. You know, Musa is actually working for Shetima. The same way Ifeanyi Uba is working for Shetima. And I hope Uzodimma is also working for Shetima. These are people that have signed the agreement with Shetima, believing that very soon Shetima will take over and they will be well positioned and they will be given heaven and earth. But we understand them very, very well. We know them very, very well. Musa is always coming out, calling the name of PM and all that. It's very good publicity. It's very good publicity. I believe that Chukwu Okike Abiama is tormenting him every day by day. He's always hearing the voice of PM every day, every day. He's not comfortable, you know, without mentioning that name. The way he's saying it in the public is also the way he's discussing it with the individuals. When he calls somebody, maybe in international community, he will mention Simon Ekpa. When he goes to a meeting, he will mention Simon Ekpa. Because for him to be saying it in the public shows that he's restless without mentioning that name. And obviously, Chukwu Okike Aka Chukwu Dia is not in vain. This is a general. This is a general. Supposedly, you know, well-trained military man, you know, according to his rank. But look at the way he's belittling himself, bringing himself down every day. I don't think he's doing it with his own clear eye. Something is always pushing him. Going to their media, they say they don't want to talk about Biafra in the media, but look at it the other way around. Musa is the one going to NTA, TVC, you know, all these their channels preaching about Biafra. Remember that anytime he mentioned Simon Ekpa, you know, it's as if he's also mentioning Biafra. Because PM is the face of the struggle at the moment. So anytime, any day, he mentioned PM, he's actually mentioning Biafra in the international community. The same thing they are doing in their red chamber. He started it in the red chamber. They summoned him, and the only message he had for them was Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa is becoming a menace, you know, and that is how you know the voice of someone that has been defeated. Biafra has actually defeated Nigeria, and they are crying every day by day, every day by day. A whole day dedicated for one man, talking about one man. They are talking about Biafra. It doesn't matter what they call him. They are talking about Biafra. They are talking about MNK. That they think, oh, if we put him in that dungeon, everything is over. But every day, they are mentioning him. Every day. That is to tell you that Aka Chukwu Dia. I keep saying it, we are at the injury time, the last wrap of the race. We are at the perilous time. DM said it. They will throw every dart you can think of. They will throw it to us. But it's time for us to be strong. Not only to be strong, but for us to bring everything in us for this fight. Money is needed. Your energy is also needed. But mostly money is needed for this last fight. We already have army. We have defense force. We have, all of them. They need to be well equipped in this last rap. These people cannot defeat Biafra. It's impossible. As long as me and you continue to do the needful. It's good to come online and talk, but talking without action will not do us good. So please support. Increase your support at this last, like our minister said, don't think that what you're doing is in vain. I say, Abacha also a go mile. It's not in vain. What you are doing is not in vain. At the end, the people who refuse to do this work, I don't know. I don't want to say it, but I don't want to keep saying it. But they will know that Biafrans are not laughing. We're not the only country that have received their freedom. And today, those that refuse to do the needful, to support, are more like second-class citizens in their own country because they refuse to fight for their freedom. Freedom is not free. Freedom is not cheap. It costs a lot. Up to today, the Ukraine president is still going around looking for money, asking for equipment all over the world, up till today, with every money, every penny given to him, from America, from UK, from Canada, from all over, from EU, he's still asking for more money. Talk more of Biafra. Please support. Please support. Need your support at this time around. Join us every Saturday. Every Saturday. Come out and put your name in the book of life so that you will be counted at the last day. We need you. Our PM need your support. That is the only energy you can contribute. That is the only energy you can contribute is your support. PM is ready for them. Is always ready for them. I can see sometime on comment section, they will be the one asking, do you sleep at all? All these Afonjas, they will be the one asking if PM, do you sleep at all? Let's fight this thing once and for all. Let's get our freedom from this Janjaweed and go home and develop world-class city. The best in the whole wide world. Better than Dubai and other countries that we've been to. Others will be coming to visit. Everything you can think of, we're going to have it in Biafra land. We're going to bring it. We're going to bring Dubai. We're going to bring America. We're going to bring the UK. All in Biafra land. People will be traveling all over the world, coming to Biafra land. We're going to bring that Jerusalem that people travel for pilgrimage. We're going to create it in Biafra land. So please join hand. Let's do these things, let's get this thing done. You can see from every angle that these people, they've been defeated. Forget about all this, their mirage, show of force and all that. Forget about it. They are less in number. We've taken over completely. That's why you see them dancing on the street, showing different, just pretending as if they still have army. They have nothing at the moment. No police. You can't see any police on the road. They are just hiding. All come out in mass and give your support. Come this Saturday. You don't have to wait. The website is always open 24/7. Go and give your donation. Thank you so much. Stella, are you back? Stella, have you been kicked out? Okay. Mazi Onyeka, I think your hand has been up. After you, then my co-host Chukuma will take over. Mazi Onyeka, are you there? All right, Chukwumeze, go ahead, please.
I am here. I am here. I am here, my.
Give it to no. Give it to Sister Stella. Yes, let her speak. Let her finish. Let her finish her submission. You hear me? Come on.
Yeah, she's not. She's trying to connect. She has not been. She hasn't connected yet. Mazi Onyeka is also having challenge as well. Please, if you want to talk, you can raise your hand at this time around, so that we can bring you in. If you want to say something,
Okay,
raise your hand.
Ronnie, go ahead, Ronnie.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up.
Loud and clear.
Thank you. Good evening, sir. Our Minister of Information, Mazi Sonia Balawa. Karma is real. Chukwumeze. Mazi Nkode number. Wari sister. Biafra League. Benchukes. Our university. Mr. Snow, Simon Ekpa, and all the rest. My sister Chinwe, it's been a while. Shimon, our minister Ugo, Frank, and all the rest of the warriors in the house. I salute you all. It's amazing when you start hearing them, especially Musa, who is a terrorist, canvassing for extradition of one of the peaceful ambassador, Mazin Simon Ekpa. Maybe he doesn't understand what peaceful ambassador means. Ambassador of peace. This is the person who is working. He claimed to be, his name is Christopher Musa, if I'm correct. He will be claiming to be a Christian while he's a useful idiot in Quran they are using to kill his fellow Christians. He should have known that after these jihadists finish using him, they're going to kill him. He should go and ask of the former chief of army staff from Benue, Bade. That one was the one they used, destroy, kill Christians during Jonathan administration. At the end of the day, they killed him. So, Musa, you are not safe. You are not safe. You can only be safe if you can reason with Mazi Simon Ekpa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and all Biafrans to canvass for the freedom of your own people. Because the people that you think you are working with, they are using you now. They're going to kill you. They're going to dump you. Nigeria is a terrorist country. A country that supports terror, that give free hand to terrorists. Why go after freedom fighters? Why go after innocent people? Look at what is happening in Aba. They will go and arrest innocent citizens, accusing them of being the one killed Soya. When the Biafra Liberation Army has already made it clear to them that they are responsible. Why haven't they gone there? Because they are cowards. They can't do anything. This is the country that is sponsoring terrorism boldly on a daily basis. They are using, what they do is just as our minister said, they will go to the north, they will call them bandits. They will not use their military terrorist army uniform in Biafra land to kill us. The only sin Mazi Simon Ekpa committed is saying, no, you can't kill my people anymore. And these people, they think they don't know that the international community know the game they are playing. Maybe they don't know the meaning of Biafra Republic government. Government in exile is a government now. It's not about Mazi Simon Ekpa, Musa. It's about a government. So before you think of extraditing him or extraditing him, or before you think, because you don't know what the meaning of extradition means, what you know is how to kidnap. Just know that is a government versus government. You cannot just wake up and start kidnapping a prime minister of a government. It doesn't happen that way. This time around, we are not backing down. We are not moving an inch. No inch of our land will be given to Fulani terrorists or the contraction called Nigeria. We have made up our mind not to continue to use our blood to hold the evil contraction as one. We are living.
Is Ronnie speaking?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, Ronnie is still speaking. Ronnie is still speaking.
All right, just let me know when it's done, because I don't know what's going on, but I can hear every other person. Just let me know when it's done.
Okay, okay. Should I continue, Kama?
Yeah, go ahead.
So,
Is it
like
done?
no, I'm not done yet.
Is Ronnie done? Okay.
So, like
I will let you know when Ronnie is done.
All right.
all right. So, Nigeria is a terrorist state. It has been made known. Everybody knows that. This is a country that allowed terrorists to have free hand in the north. As we speak right now, the food scarcity you are experiencing in Nigeria at the moment is caused by these terrorists. They have free will. The other day they were having meeting, public meeting, on a broad daylight in Borno State, recruiting their people, recruiting new ones. And we didn't see you, Musa, going there to apprehend them. We didn't see you, Musa, getting the villagers from that Borno arrested for aiding and abetting terrorists. But you have the guts to go to Biafra land, Aba to be precise, and be arresting innocent people. You are crossing your line. Musa, you have crossed the line. You have crossed that line. And let me tell you something. This new generation of Biafran you see, we are not backing down. We are just giving you this warning now. A time will come when we will not listen to your trash and we will take it head on. Stop killing Biafrans. Stop killing Biafrans. Stop accusing our PM. His only sin is saying no to your terrorism. And we are not going to back down. So if you are here, you have been sitting on the fence, you better wake up. This is the time to support what we're doing. It is not easy, and we cannot do those things with bare hands. It's money. Money is needed. So put in your best. The little one you have been doing, double it. This is the time to stay focused. It's not the time to listen to side gossip. There are a lot of them online now. They suddenly, didn't you see suddenly now they have loved Igbos. They are now the one that love Igbos. They are not the one that love us Biafrans so much. They are not telling you, the problem we are having is Simon Ekpa. No. Simon Ekpa is not the problem. No longer Boko Haram. No longer Fulani terrorists that have been terrorizing people on daily basis. International community, I want you to be on the know that Nigeria is a terrorist state, and they are planning to use Nigeria, their terrorists are planning to use Nigeria as an epicenter toward terrorism. So whatever you see them telling you on their crooked and paid media houses are false. They are liars. There is no truth in them. What they do is to give free hand to terrorists while going after the people who doesn't want those terrorists to kill them. I yield my mic. Thank you.
Chukwumeze, are you there now?
Yeah, I'm there. Is Ronnie done?
Yes,
Ronnie's done.
Ronnie is done. Yes, he's
Okay.
done. He's done.
Let me just say something briefly. Then I'll give to Onyeka. Mas Onyeka hand has been up for a while.
All right.
Yeah. So you see, I just wanna first of all, before I proceed, let me observe our protocols. Good day to my honorable information minister. Good day, all ministers on this X space. Greetings to our prime minister, wherever he is. Greetings to our supreme leader, Onyenduma Nnamdi Kanu. Greetings to all friends of Biafrans, all lovers of freedom. Those who agree with what we are doing, greetings. And to our enemies, you can continue to watch us and watch how we cruise into our victory. Yeah, you see, nothing seems to amaze me when it comes to the zoo. Every day, you wake up to one shenanigans, to one idiocy, one stupidity of the zoo. You know, their criminality, they've gotten themselves involved in so many criminality that they have become so emboldened that criminality now just, it seems nothing to them. And they feel like they can do anything they want to do and break any law they want to break. They thought that what they did to our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is the same thing that they can do to our prime minister. That is why that idiotic Senator Baribe can come out boldly and say he went to see the ambassador,
My
and all
brother,
those
Senator Ewu Iberibe. Senator Ewu Eyinaya Iberibe. Senator Ewu Eyinaya Iberibe. Please.
Yeah. So you see, it's because of their criminality. You understand? But one thing that the zoo, Musa, and all of them fail to understand is that the way our liberation is waxing so strong in the sense that we have naked the zoo before the eyes of the whole world. That anybody that venture, that ever try to align themselves with the zoo, their image will be dented and their image will be destroyed. So they're still living in the past, not knowing that the whole world now is getting ready for Biafra. And it is good what they are doing. It is good because we need that awareness. If they like, whether they fight us, whether they talk about us, whether they talk positive or negative about us, it is just creating that awareness. Remember what I say. He said a time will come whereby we will not pay nobody to talk about us. They will be the one talking about us. And today, that's what is happening. It's happening before our very own eyes. And to all those of you who are sitting on the fence, I want to ask a question. You listen to Onyendu when he was still with us. And he made a lot of prophecies. All those prophecies right before your very own eye are coming to pass. And everything he said and how he said to go listen to Mazi Simon Ekpa, our PM, everything is happening. So what more other evidence do you need before you can stand up and join what we are doing? But what I want to tell you is continue to stand on the fence. That's at your own peril. Whether you join us or you don't join us, Biafra must come. So for Musa and the zoo, Musa is crying because they are losing every day. And I want to let our people know, you understand, what propels an army to victory is the morale of their military. It's the morale of those army. You can have 400,000 army, but once their morale is low, they are as good as nothing.
And right now, in the current state of the army, their morale is very low. And their morale has been, and they have been infiltrated by so many terrorists, even the indigenous ones that are there. You understand? They are an endangered species, they are at risk. So even if they want to fight, they can't fight with all their mind because they don't know if the next man behind them that is claiming to be their fellow army colleague is a terrorist and is about to shoot them. So the zoo is down, the zoo is gone. What they are doing now is just, you know how scavengers act after the big cat has finished eating the meat. Then whatever is left, the scavenger will come. So what you are seeing now is the last remain of the zoo, and trying to like just try acting like the cry of a dying horse, thinking that they are going to try to conquer, they're still going to try to defeat us, but they don't know we have moved past. In the past, thinking that they will still do what they did to our father between 19 to us, but today it is a different ball game because we have gone and read that history, we have read everything that happened, and now we are applying it in our own time to make sure that the mistakes our fathers made, it never happens again. And one thing I want us to understand, you see, when you are reading about the history of Biafra, you know, as you read more, you continue to get more insights. Your eyes become open. You start to analyze things critically and trying to figure out what really happened. And it has finally occurred to me that Biafra, that war between 1967 to 1970 needed to happen to awaken our people. Because even after those colonial masters came and subjugated us into slavery, and while they were back doors, they were changing the heat, taking away everything that will link us back to history to make us know who we are. So at that point, we didn't even know that we used to be Biafran, except for some few who still have that in their archives. So Anchuko Kikabiama, being the God that never abandoned his children, know that a time like this will come, whereby this entity that we have been forced into by the British, we plan to exterminate us. But what happened? That one needed to happen so that a lot of people can wake up, so that people can start asking questions. And people can start seeing that, Biafrans can start seeing that the environment that they find themselves in, you understand, is an environment of hatred. And for me, I want to say, it started with Franco Pigo by bringing that name and suggesting it to Ojukwu. Our internal leader took up that mantle with the mandate of all the chiefs in Biafra territory there, and decided to go to that war to make sure that we protect ourselves as a race. And even after, as everything was going, a lot of things happened to still further show us that these people hated us. The world never liked us. Even the United Nations, they never liked us. Britain has always been using our Biafrans to play politics for their own selfish interests and their own gain. Even at the height of the genocide of kids dying in Biafra, the then PM of the stupid PM of the British government, Lord Wilson, he mentioned it that no amount of lives that are lost by the children of Biafra that matters to the interests of Britain. Even at that point, when things were beginning to turn against them, because the images of the journalists that came to Biafra, that were taking images of the humanity crisis, the catastrophe that was going there, that was putting it out in the public. As it began to go, it was during that time that even the same British people, the British government, were heading into election. Harold Wilson, was so scared he might lose his seat. He even had to come to the zoo in the middle of that crisis. He came to the zoo, and it's the same thing they have always done. Anytime they visit the zoo, they don't come to the east. The only thing he did, he visited Gowon. After visiting Gowon, he tried to call our leader Ojukwu to see if he can foster some resolution so that he will gain back popularity in his election. So right from the inception, these people have always hated us. These people have always hated us. No, they never liked us. We should not be in that place where we are today. We should be in our own nation, doing things our own way, handling our own affairs, you understand? Determine how we want our future and the future of our children to be. So right from the inception, they've always hated you as a Biafran. So now that we are waxing stronger, you have every opportunity to do the needful and get this freedom. So why would you want to continue to sit on the fence? And let me tell you something. Ika Biama never abandoned us. I don't want to know he never abandoned us. He brought that message, the name of Biafra, to Franco Pigo. You understand? And as soon as that name was brought to Ojukwu, Ojukwu adopted it. Because when something is your own, you understand, it doesn't take so long for you to attract towards it. You understand? It's like the law of nature. It's just like when you give birth to a child, you understand? No matter anywhere, as long as your blood runs in that child, there will still be some similarities of you in that child. It's the same thing. As soon as that name Biafra was suggested to our internal leader, he adopted it. Remember, it started with Franco Pigo. God gave it to him. He passed it to Ojukwu. Even when it seemed like we were losing the war because of the blockade and the starvation that was going on. Even when our internal leader left, when he left, they said he was a coward because what Gowon wanted to do was to defeat Biafra to the extent that he would capture Ojukwu and behead him. The history is there. He wanted to do that. But Ojukwu took that away from him and he left. He left and went into exile. Even while in exile, Gowon government was still trying to extradite him so that they can still try him and kill him. But it never worked. But let me tell you something. Do you know the symbol of Ojukwu leaving Biafra at that point was because Ojukwu took Biafra with him. Ojukwu leaving Biafra at that point made Biafra still alive. And even after Ojukwu, after everything that happened, as years down the line, after he was pardoned and he came back to the zoo, he still carried Biafra in him. He was still talking about Biafra. You can see it every time he speaks, let my people go. He always talked about Biafra. And even before he died, he passed it on to Uwazurike. Biafra never died. That means Chukwokika Biama has always kept Biafra alive for us so that we can take what belongs to us. He never died. Uwazurike ran his thing for 10 years. He fell off the cliff. Even while during that period he was running it, our leader Onyendu was in Masob. And the batting automatically fell into the hands of our leader. And our leader took it over. And he formed IPOB. He kept it running. So if you just look at the continuity, he never died. There was always somebody who was a Biafran that the baton of Biafra has always been in his hands. And they kept passing it down from Franco Pigo to Ojukwu to Uwazurike to our leader Onyendu. And now the baton has now fallen in the hands of our prime minister. And he's going to be the end and he's going to be the finisher. So God has always had us in his thoughts. He never abandoned us. Even as he made us scatter around the world, he did that for a purpose because we are going to need funds to fund this movement at this point in time. That was why you and every one of you is out there in the diaspora went out. Go out there and search for greener pasture. So if God has blessed you wherever you are, now is the time to give back a portion of that which he has given to you so that we can get this freedom. So that the next generation to come, you understand, we not suffer this thing. When you read the history, that one, everything, you understand, you will sit down and ask yourself, why is humanity so heartless like this? The shenanigans you see United Nations doing today didn't start today. It has always been happening. And that's why another thing I want to point out is before I give the mic to Onyeka, another thing I want to point out is it is very important we stick to the template of our prime minister. Follow him. Let's trust him. He knows what he's doing. He's gonna bring us Biafra. Yes, sir. Because even during that war, there was an incident that happened that was going on in the zoo. Some oil companies from Lebanon, Italy, and Germany. There were like about 18 of them. You understand? Even at the height of that crisis, they were still drilling oil for the zoo in Kwale. And when Ojukwu found out, they went there because by that time, Biafra was already gathering sympathy from some countries like the likes of Canada and the rest of them. You understand? That was speaking up to resolve the crisis going on in the zoo. You understand? So as soon as those people were captured and were tried, you understand? They were supposed to be sentenced to death. Do you know what happened? The whole world started turning against Biafra and said, what kind of people are these? Are these the kind of people that you want to give freedom? Our internal leader started asking them, how many lives of a black man or of a Biafran that will equal the lives of one white man? So you see, in as much as we are doing what we are doing, we need to be very careful because at any slightest opportunity, these people will paint us a bad name. So, but this time we have come in a different dimension. And it is this new dimension that our Prime Minister brought that will give us this freedom. So please, let's do the needful. Let's support. Let's vote. We need money. Ammunitions are expensive. Weapons are expensive. We need it. So please, let's all do our best. And trust me, Biafra will come. Thank you. Onyeka, let me give you the mic. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Biafrans. I greet you, fellow great Biafrans, my honorable ministers, my comrades and ladies, friends of Biafrans. Thank you for your good words. I say more grace to your elbows. Yes, you have said it all. You see, sometimes whenever I see space, Musa post Channel TV post his garbage, I do ask them, how did he become general? Unarguably, by killing innocent Biafrans, made him general. You know, what our prime minister deprived them over the years, this is what has been going on, but our people don't understand. When they tell you they come to do python dance, after killing Biafrans, harvesting their organ, they went into bunkering. All of them made billions from oil bunkering, oil and gas bunkering. You know, this is what most of them lobbied themselves to be made military shift to be posted in Biafra land. Either some of them will be doing extortion. All the extortion they're doing in our roads, Musa is getting his own share. He's getting his own share. So all these things, all this evil they have been doing in our land over the years, going to bunkering, and you know, imagine a darkest spot calling kettle black is really, really unimaginable. What kind of why should that even a surprise? You know, you can never. Will you expect fraud to produce something else than fraud? Fraud. A company is a fraudulent creation, so everything that will come from the company is also fraud. So I am not surprised. So I just want to tell Musa, you should go and get educated. He's coming to speak grammar doesn't mean it's not a yardstick of being intelligent or educated. Otherwise, how will somebody be planning how to a man who is not your citizen in the first place is not your citizen, a prime minister of a government who have more mandates, who is more legitimate than any of you are president ever put together. For 40 states of the United States of Biafra, The people draw their map by themselves willingly. They bring it, and the votes, more than 30 million votes, have given a promise a mandate already. Your president, what gave him vote that he made him president is not up to 10 million. So I don't know what is wrong with these morons. Like I do say, the media is also terrorists. They have been telling us, all this media that used to come, whenever they come, more than 20 people, 20 Nigeria force has been killed in the north. None of them is speaking about it. But whenever they come to Biafra land, when we destroy the terrorists in uniform, they send to our land to continue intimidating, extorting, killing our people. Imagine these people don't have respect to pregnant women. They will come to chicken point, everybody will come down, even pregnant women. Insulting them, molesting our people. It really, they don't know how angry we are. As well made all these media reporters, especially those who are in Biafra land, those of you who are Biafra expression, that supporting them in doing this evil, they call themselves BBC reporters. Unless we don't recognize their face. Long as we're saying it here for you to understand, because the evil you are doing, you will not go scot-free. The law of Biafra will hold you accountable. The God of Biafra will bring not that book of in Nigeria that they bring to book. We never see their book. This one, Biafra law will bring you to book. You will be presented with all your evil committed against Biafra. We will not forgive you, and you will not go scot-free. Biafra will not do jungle justice. Because we are civilized, and we are running a government, or civilized governments that follow the rule of law. That is one thing that Zoo cannot have. We are going to make you to go through the law of Biafra. Law of Biafra, we process the process. We go through it, and if you are found guilty, you must be adequately and probably punished for your evil for killing of innocent Biafrans. So Biafrans, Musa again. We should always counter him. Sometimes I will say, let us ignore him, but no. And realize that we can never ignore him, because, when lies are told repeatedly, unchallenged, or countered, he will look real for in the ear of a novice, those who don't know where we are coming from, those who don't know the truth. So that is why it's very, very obvious. Anywhere we see their baladash, we counter it by a comment. Make sure you counter it by a comment. Don't just pass. Not only share. When you share, you counter it with your comments, so that when people come there to read it, they will see that those who are against his baladash outnumber them. So that is very important. We must not ignore that moron. All their evil, trying to use the reverse psychology, or playing psychological warfare against gullible Biafrans. We must be doing this also to make sure that the gullible Biafrans are not falling in their in their game. So that is why it's very important to counter them. Our Prime Minister is doing the right thing, speaking the mind of Biafra. We asked him to do what he's doing, and he's doing what we want. He's speaking our mind. Above 8 million Biafrans, he's speaking our mind. All our cabinet members are doing what we really want. So I think that we have no other option than to support them financially in every ramification we can. We must support them. Not only we are giving them the mandate, and we must support them to make sure that we finish at the live Biafra. The Njoko, the live Biafra, bring us to the finishing point, to the United States of Biafra, independent, no in between. We are not asking for something else. We are not waiting for anybody. We don't need anybody's consent, because after all, when they came to join us together, they don't seek our consent. We're in our land. We have nothing in common. We're not taking what belongs to anybody. We are in our land. In that space, nobody has the right to dictate for us. We, by right of inhabitants, we have the right to what to do, not them. So we must stand and make sure we apply this our rights in everything. 100% we are right. Them committing crime against us. Everything our government is doing from A to Z are 100% right. For those of you, why I'm repeating this every time when I'm speaking, for those of you who are ignorant, who allow yourself to be used, or their propaganda are deceiving you. Everything our government is doing from A to Z are 100% lawful. It is Nigeria government that is committing crime against us. Everything Nigeria government is signatory to and all of them are automatically 100% lawful in Nigeria. Our referendum, our self-defense and struggle, everything we are doing things that are lawful. You are the one committing crime against us, and we made to pay for your evil. As for you, who are indigenous people that failed to learn from the past mistakes, look at what the Middle Belt are suffering today. Some of you ought to learn from that. Go one killed innocent Biafrans, 5 people. Not just, let me not talk about the adults. The 5 million children, innocent children that know nothing, they know nothing. You know, like one of the speakers, I think last speaker said, is defeat. Defeat. Go and check our bag and ambush. There's no ambush in this world that can be compared to our bag and ambush. We have 4,000 of terrorists destroyed, more than 100 convoy destroyed. So our men are decimating them, confronting them, taking their gun, confronting them, taking their gun. So upon all the machineries they had, upon all the bombardment, Bodo, the Egyptian bomber and all those ones, all of them yet, they decide to put a food bucket. Show you that the fear of defeat, shame of defeat almost before them. So they had to use the blockades. But this time around, it will not work. We are going to meet them head on. It's better, defeat us when we are not carrying flags. This now we're armed. I pity you that allow yourself to be used. If you're an indigenous person, learn from past mistakes. Don't bring calamity to your people, because we'll not forgive you. Don't bring calamity for your people. Learn from the past mistakes. Know that we're not taking what belongs to anybody. We're not taking what belongs to you. We are in our land, and you don't have to tell us what to do. It is our right to decide where to belong. Nigeria have expired in 2014, and now you are running a fraudulent, illegitimate entity. Despite being a company. So know what you are doing. We will always stand our government, all you Biafrans, anywhere you are. If you fall into the trap of Nigeria by disobeying the Biafra government, it's up to you. You can never stop us. So if you really want to see Biafra, whenever you hear Biafra government give order, don't listen to a slave, don't listen to a powerless that you have never seen his face. How can you, in your reasonable mind, somebody claiming to be Mohammed Abbas, I've not seen his face. The one that claiming in powerless, I've not seen his face. And the criminal terrorist in uniform, terrorist media, always validates and faceless and somebody without identity, without address, using him to compare. It really, I don't know. So I don't blame that it is you that a Biafran that subscribe to the Abada Dash, I will blame. Because it's obvious that these people are really, they are working together, and they are all fraud produced by fraudulent creation. Thank you, Biafrans. We must continue.
Yeah, thank you. Let's go ahead.
Thank you so much, Mazi Chukuma. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Thank you, people in the house. Thank you. I can see Mazin also, Christopher Ugochukwu, the university himself, Mr. Snow. Oh, the house is really full. Thank you, everyone. Dear friends, do you know why this moronic evil Musa is crying like a baby every time? Like someone who is drowning in the water, in ocean, and he will not stop crying. And I thank you, everyone here, who is making it possible for us to shred this man to the lowest level. And we will keep on shredding him, whatever he is. You see, this man could not be able to do anything anymore because the so-called IPOB Nigeria and the evil DOS, they couldn't get any assistance from them anymore. That is why this man is crying every day. But people doesn't know. Because these are the people aiding them, abetting them, giving them access to get rid of some of our men. But now they know that we have overrun them. They don't have any chance over our people anymore. So he's crying, and he's crying now. Oh, it's just like, oh, let the world hear my crying. let Nigerians hear. They will say, yes, I said it. I said it before. This is the only person. This is the Simon is the only solution. Only the solution. But no one is listening to him. Biafrans, still the ball is in our court to do our necessary things. They know that we have overrun them. They don't have a chance anymore. And Simon has took that mantle and told them that, yes, this is the time we have to stand. This is the time we have to collect what belongs to us. It has been overdue. And even if you watch yourself, look at the so-called the people we call politicians. Every time they are in that evil chamber, you cannot even hear from any of them mentioning freedom or self-defense or self to rule. It doesn't even come. I ask myself, does these people enter into school at all? What do they think we are doing? Never, never any of them can even say, oh, this man, even the Iberibe, the man called Iberibe or Barib, I don't know what he called himself, that said he met this man, he met this man. What are they telling him? And he's not even telling the house what the people he met always tell him. He doesn't even tell them the truth. Because they will tell him that this man is fighting for his own rights. And they are not mentioning it. Someone who is afar.
Please wait, Ben Shuk, please hold on. Sorry for
Okay.
interrupting. Please, all the media personnel, you people should request the mic. All those, yeah, a lot of you are down here. Please request the mic so that you get the mic. Today is the government media space. Our information minister is here. A lot of people are listening. So you all request the mic and come and talk. I say our ministers, Ugochukwu University, all of you, please request the mic so that you can speak to Biafra. And Ben Chooks, please, after you're done, co-host Mr. Mazi Frank, please, you can make a statement, please. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And this is the one who is very, very afar, beyond everyone. And they keep on mentioning him, calling him. For what reason? Is it Simon that is holding the country not to go further? You know, this is the reason why no any clear human being anymore can say, oh, he wanted to be recruited in the military, in the zoo, where you can take a terrorist. You took many terrorists. You said you captured. You asked them to come. You gave them uniform. Give them gun ammunition to go and start killing innocent people. And Nigeria knew that they have already broken every law and treaty in anything to do with international treaty. That is why they are playing because they have played all their games. All their cards is already on the table. You see? So everything rely on us now. We have to do what we have to do it more. Because their game is gone. It's finished. They don't have anything to do anymore. That is why this man is crying every day. Where is their information minister? No, he can nobody. Now, chief of defense doing double work. He's doing information. He's doing the work of military. Could nobody? This is what we have to be thinking, asking ourselves: do you belong there? How can you live with the people who said that the animal is better than human being? Which means they are even more than animals. Can we ask ourselves questions, please. Where is this place? Where is this country going? We need a place to call our own. We need to share our values. We need our values to be heard. Our generation, they will ask us, what have we done? Our forefathers as ancestors, they have done their own turn. It's better, it's now for us to claim, to do our own and claim what belongs to us. I'll drop my mic here. I can see some other people who want to add their own. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mazi Benchooks. Thank you, great Biafrans, lovers of freedom, lovers of truth. I appreciate you all for coming around. Our able Minister of Information, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for your good work, for uniting us together, for energizing us to do what we are doing. Because there is no better time to do what we are doing but now. Our freedom is in our hands. Nobody will give us freedom. We don't expect the politicians to support our freedom. We don't expect United Nations to support our freedom. We don't expect EU to support our freedom. Neither do we expect AU to support our freedom. It is when they see how serious we are that they will be forced to talk about our freedom. Then coming to the criminals from Igbo-speaking Biafra, those that call themselves politicians. But we all know them. They are criminals. Tinubu and all your government. These men are 419ers. Don't believe whatever they are telling you. We know they suggested for you to create the new state. We know they suggested for you to allow regional government, which they have been demanding for decades, and this was not given to them. But they have told you, I'm talking to you, Tinubu, they have now told you that with this, the tempo of Biafra will quench. Hello, sir. You are listening to them to your own peril. These are 419ers. You don't know them more than we do. We are from the same side. We are from the same place. We know them. We grow together. Those that are aged enough than us, they are friends to our father. Our father tells us their history, the way they grew up. The ones we know, we knew them. They are all criminals. Do not listen to them. Because whatever they collect from you is left for you. Because we don't listen to them. From the seat at home, if you are wise enough, I'm talking to you, Tinubu. If you are reasonable enough, you will know that these people have lost total legitimacy over our people. They don't have that power over us any longer. They have failed us. They have disappointed us. They have supported the killing of their own people. So we don't have any confidence in them. If you don't know, we have given them vote of no confidence. Tinubu, I'm talking to you, sir. I'm talking to you. Do not listen to these people. They are criminals. They are 419ers. All of them. They are using our tempo. our energy, our strength to water their ground. They are using our efforts to better their political career. Know this and have peace. It will never work. That round table you are avoiding, when we finish dealing with that evil contraption that was formed, that was created out of influence of alcohol and sexual healing, which is Nigeria. No matter how you try to protect that contraption, our PM have always told you that God Almighty, out of his infinite mercies, will use him to destroy Nigeria. I want to be very civil. I want to maintain my gentility. Know this and know peace. You are avoiding this round table, right? You are avoiding to mention Biafra. All of you that knows the truth and refuse to say that truth, you will see what God will do. That singular word, the truth, is better you start saying it now before what will befall you as entity, before that thing that will befall you. Last, that round table you have been avoiding, we will still have that round table, and Biafra will still come. So if you are wise, if you are reasonable enough, Tinubu, I'm speaking to you. I don't want to know wherever you are. Your agents are here. They are listening to us through Facebook, through YouTube, through wherever medium. Convey this message to him. If he's not here, Tinubu, that round table you are avoiding will definitely come to place. It must surely come. And people of goodwill, those that still have that conscience in them, will be forced to say the truth, which is Biafra. It does not matter what you say. It does not matter how you pretend not to feel the heat. And of you media houses that is romancing anybody that will say the truth, you will not ask critical questions. All you do every time is Simon Ekpa, Simon Ekpa, Simon Ekpa, Simon. If all of you get Pekin, if you born Pekin today, name him that. If you love that name so much, if you love that name that much, you can as well change your own name to that Simon Ekpa. None of you is asking why Simon Ekpa is doing what he's doing, because that question will begin the line of truth we need. And you are still panoblating, rigmaroling, beating about around the bush. I laugh as a matured person. I said I want to be civil. Listen, it's high time you open your dirty mouth and say the truth, which is Biafra. You find it very difficult to mention that name. Simon Ekpa do this, Simon Ekpa do that. Why is Simon Ekpa doing what he's doing? Why? Why is it difficult for any of you gutter media houses? Why is it difficult for you to ask this question? All the red chambers, the demonic red chambers, all of you, both green and blue chamber, all of you, the legislators, why do you find it difficult to ask, why is Simon doing this thing he's doing? Can't we call him and deliberate with him? Dialogue with this dialogue we are avoiding. Well, the good news is that we are strong enough to defend our land and our people. That's just the good news. That is the sweetest news so far. And we must continue to defend our land, our properties, our lives. You cannot come and chase us out from our ancestral home and take it over from us. In our place where we come from, respectively, it is a sacrilege. It is a taboo for somebody to come out and take land that does not belong to you. I don't know, although you don't have culture, the Fulanis, you don't have culture because you have no place, you don't belong to any place. Great Biafrans, anyị anyị ka ndị a na-azọkwa, ọkwa anyị anyị ka ha na-azọ. We will not allow this to happen. I can say hands are up. I want to appreciate you all for coming. Do whatever you are doing. If you have not started donating, please make it a point of duty to do so. As we all have gathered here this minute, our faces are differences. So our capacities are differences. It does not matter what you do. It does not matter how much you give, but let it be constant. If it is not, pray. We always help you in prayers, all of us collectively. Increase it. Make it constant. Let it be at the back of your heart that yes, you want to support this liberation. Work towards that. Pray towards that. You see Almighty Chukwokike opening that closed doors for you to do the needful. Because it is very important. That's all we need at this point in time. Financial support is very important. Please. Other nations have done it. We can do it. We can do it times 1 million times because Biafrans are great people. We are wonderful people. In any ramification, in any how you can think about it, we are wonderful and special breeds. Nigeria, know this and have peace. We are not backing down. And our Prime Minister is unreachable. He's untouchable. He's unstoppable. When you know all these things, I think you will have peace. When you realize all these things, you will start to think like a human being. And again, stop terrorizing our people. Stop killing our people just to put fear in us. We are fearless. Stop killing innocent people to stop us. Please, stop it. Stop it right now. Stop it. If it is your plans to stop us, you are not going to stop us. Please, who is opening his or her mic? Please, stop doing that. Because we are not going to stop. Stop your terrorism against our people. If it is your plan to stop or to put fear in us or to kill everybody so that they will hate what we are doing, it's a lie. They all knew Nigeria is not working and it have not worked for anyone. You that is supporting Nigeria, my prayer for you and their families for Nigeria to happen to you. Okay? That's it. I appreciate you all. Thank you. I yield my mic here. Mazi Chukwumeze, who is the next to go? Our minister, Mr. Snow is here. All right. Mr. Snow, you are welcome. You are welcome, sir. You have the mic, sir. So after you, my brother, Chukwu Biafra can go. Thank you all for coming. I yield my mic.
Yes, Frank, I greet you. My minister, Sonia Barao. I greet you, my brother. Chukwumeze. Onye isi, how can I go? Ugo, Ben Chooks, everybody that is here, Kama is real, Cyprian, I greet you all, Nonso, and all the friends of Biafra who are here listening to us today. And making everybody. A lot of people have spoken. A lot of people have said a lot of things. Even the Minister of Information's opening speech of this space captured everything that lingers in the hearts of Biafrans. Because we are one people. The quest for Biafra is a mandate that is given to us by the spirits. The spirits of the fallen heroes appeals to the hearts of everybody who is here. In all your fights, and every time you come on the space or you go to check what is going on, you always remember what happened to our people, and what continues to happen to our people. And it gives you that push to keep going. So we are all carrying a mandate. But above all the mandates is the mandate that our Prime Minister Obatobie has. The torch that he was given is the greatest of all the mandates. He has been doing a great job with that mandate that Biafrans have given him. Because of this mandate that we gave our Prime Minister, is the reason why all the Nigerian media, all the Nigerian government parastatus, all the whatever you have in Nigeria is all talking about Simon Ekpa because of this mandate. Because of this divine mandate of spirits that we all, the spirits and the living, have given this man. Is the reason why everybody's calling his name. Musa is crying. Everybody in their TV, they're all crying. So we appreciate him for taking on this mantle and leading us through this right path. The path to freedom. It's very expensive, Every war that goes on in this world, starting from the times before, always has strong financial backings for it to have a success. The reason why ours will succeed with or without this financial backings, like the rest of the world look at it, where they support each other to do whatever they want to do. The reason why ours will succeed is because ours is a fight of preservation. We are fighting to preserve our lives. We are fighting a fight that the universe will fight with us. Mana ana asị na onye Chineke na-azọ na-azọ onwe ya. So all Biafrans all over the world who are hearing us today, this government needs your support, your financial support. For all the good things that we've all talked about, that we all keep talking about to come to a fruition, we need Biafra, and we need it now. We need to stop the people who have brought a jungle war to our land. We need to stop them. For that to happen, we need your financial support. I'm beckoning on my brothers and my sisters who are joining us on the 50,000 men who are dedicated with their weekly $50. Making sure that every week that $50 leaves your account. It does not affect any other thing you have to do when you come to fundraising. It could be your BLT. It could be anything. But that dedicated $50 or 50,000 people, we are still working on it. We need to fund this government. For every war is fought on two fronts, on the war streets and on fields. As a Biafran youth, if you are in the United States, in Asia, wherever you are all over the world, in Europe, support this government. Because this war is already on. Your families are there and they need to be protected. The only government, the only people that will protect them is this government that has the mandate of over 30 million people. Whatever we are doing, we need to increase it. For those of us who have always been here, I say, may Chukwu Kabiama give you the strength to keep doing what you're doing. Biafran First Love, Christopher, Worry Sister, all of you that have been doing this job. If you were here yesterday, every Wednesday is like a lecture day for me to know more about my people. All of this for us to get a place where we can go and take a proper understanding of who we are will come inside of Biafra. So we will do everything to fund this government. Musa, if you care to know, we Biafran youths and Biafran people, over 30 million Biafrans, are the ones funded this government, both with our money, with our prayers, and everything. So stop crying about who is funding this, who is funding Simon Ekpa. It is the Biafran people. He has the mandate of the Biafran people. And that's how this fight is being won. Makanoji Ofonana. Biafrans all over the world and friends of Biafra. Please, if you want to support this government and you truly do not want your cards and all of this, go and shop in the Biafran shop. You buy yourself a t-shirt, a cup, a coffee cup, whatever it is that you want to buy from the Biafran shop, you will get it there. And be rest assured that the money that you spend buying those things goes into the funding that keeps the life of the people in the southern region of what you have today as Nigeria alive. Our friends who are at work, who are listening to us, whichever way you get to hear our message, we are fighting a fight of preservation. We are trying to preserve our lives. I want to thank you all for all the good jobs you've been doing. Please, Biafrans, pay your liberation tax. It doesn't matter how little it is, $5, any amount you have to support this government. The liberation tax is open for everyone. No matter how little it is, $5 a week, it doesn't matter. Or it will be, and you come a million for all the good jobs you've been doing. Also, Chineke, our Prime Minister, we thank you. We cannot thank you enough for all the good work you're doing. Jisike Wandem, Jisike Daluno, everybody.
Thank you, Minister Snow. Well, good submission, good submission. Yes, it is we that will do what will free ourselves. Nobody's gonna help us. Thank you so much, and thank you all for the work you are doing. How you help the Prime Minister, all of you, all the ministers. You people are the greatest backbone of our minister because, and also Biafrans too. Our minister can't do it, but our Prime Minister can't do it by himself. He needs us. He needs us more than anything. You understand? Since we've given him the mandate, we can't just leave him in the middle of the ocean. So we got to keep paddling him, pushing him until we get to that destination. Thank you. Please, I know you talked about the Biafra shop. I don't know. I think I know one of our ministers said he created the shop. I think it's Mr. Emeka Oragwe. Please, I asked this before. Can you people make pins available in the Biafran shop so that when we come to Finland at least we can have some pins on our clothes to show like this is where we're going to, this is what we're going for. So please, you people should take that into consideration. Thank you. I'll give the mic now to Ugochukwu. Ugochukwu, please. You have the mic.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. I salute each and every one of you. Um, our people, our brothers, they have done a lot of justice on the topic of today. The cry of Musa, the zoo in general. Of course, before I proceed, of course, I will thank our leader, Mazin Namdekano, and I will salute our Prime Minister, which is the arrowhead. I call him the prayer answer of the people of Biafra. And I salute our Biafra Defense Force, one of the best in the world. And I know that Musa is listening, or those that assemble to listen for them. If you don't know that Biafra Defense Force is the best in the world, I don't know. By now you could have you have experience because well, you may not have the experience because you only jump around and talk on the TV. You have never go there by yourself, and I know that you will not go. As far Afonja, which you are, a typical Nigerian people who talk but don't do. Well, I salute our defense force. I salute every one of them. I salute you, our Minister of Information. You bring the information the way it is. When you were speaking, anyone that has his pen and paper is writing down and going line by line to make research of everything you say. You will definitely find out that everything you're saying is quite 100%. And, Musa wanted kidnapped, but Boko Haram in the arm is very good. These people, Nigerian people, the thing I want to say is that since all these things have been, we have been watching the video of this guy, ranting and all those things. For someone like me, it pains me so much. It pains me a lot because the reason why it pains me that when I found those that bear some name of Biafra, the enablers are the ones that give these people this kind of chances, having the guts, thinking of kidnapping the prime minister of the people. And I know the reason why, it's just so painful that we have enablers that give them that kind of a chance. Those that make someone like Musa untrained moron. This guy thinking that wearing army clothes makes you a tough guy. This guy think that choosing him to be the Minister of Defense or whatever you may call in a country where Lamajiri with slippers that jump in from Sahel is ravaging them. They cannot stop them. They think that those hungry idiots around Mazin Namdi Kano that they were able to show some dollars, they succumb and give up everything. People that have been into, they call it struggle for more than 13 years. They cannot even be able to set up a government in exile as our PM did and other things, or try to set up a military that can be able to defend our people. They were able to fall away. So in his mind, he's thinking that these are Biafran people of today, is this kind of people. That is why you see him take a chair and start talking about how to kidnap our PM, how to bring him from Finland, and forget that this is a prime minister of a government in exile. This is a man that's Biafrans from every four corner of the planet Earth. I did not say Biafrans from Biafra land. I did not say Biafrans from Nigeria. I did not say Biafrans from Africa. I mean Biafran from every four corner of the planet Earth. Tough, strong women, man, in different fields of everything you can ever think of in this planet Earth. They shield their pride and give their mandate to the chosen one. And this monkey from the zoological republic of garbage called Nigeria, a common British company, have the gods take a chair, sitting down, at, insulting each and every one of us. They are tracking how they are funding themselves. He's gonna kidnap the man given a mandate by me, by my brothers and sisters, doctors, some special forces around the world. Your fathers, your stupid, idiotic, useless fathers, which you call founding father of the zoo, chase all of us away, thinking that it's for their own good. They didn't know that they are creating monsters that will come and swallow them. Today we are all here. You cannot buy us. You are so wretched to buy us. We are not seeking for, we contribute money to protect our people that you and your invaders wanted to ravage their life and take up their land. This guy insult us. They are tracking how we are funding ourselves. He's gonna, Simon has to bring back Simon. He don't even care. What is the reason? Simon is protecting their people. Is your architect of your evil, which you call yourself Minister of Defense. This guy insult us by kidnapping Mazen Nnamdi Kanu today. Then most of us was not here. Nobody even know what was happening. But today, great men and women have stood up to defend their ancestral land. We have been nurtured, lectured. A lot of our PM took his time to expose every hidden thing, including one of the. Let me just use an example. One of the video, one of us here, one of our grandson here. When one of you who was also another Minister of Defense said that Trump should come out, he can be a president, which is happening. That they cannot fulfill the job they give to them. What was the job? You live the reality and changing the shadow. Instead of you building factories, building, harvesting talent, because the talent comes from Biafra land that could help the zoo, that never it was not meant to be good. You left the easy way, wanted to go and chase. You left this, the main way. You wanted to go and build a terrorist organization that you can be able to take up our ancestral land. But today, it has bounced back on you. Your mind was thinking that the hour has come to take off what belongs to, what belongs to the people. But I have a very bad news to Musa and his family, because I know that you are working for jihad. I know that your family will not talk to you. They will not think wise. In your freaking mind, thinking that this is 1960, 1940, this is 1914, 1967, 1953, all those days you people was, ravaging our people from the airports, killing, our people. But the bad news is this. I know you are thinking that you're gonna succeed. Musa is a lie. It's a very big lie. My minister say here, if we finish on the 2nd, signing the document to own our ancestral land, Musa, if you dare step your foot in the border of Biafra, you'll be captured. No, nobody gonna use gun. Ken will use flog you. Flog hell out of you before sending you to ancestors. Because these guys have done everything to us. You have the guts to come on air, speaking against that we have given our mandate. We have given our mandate to Prime Minister, for God's sake. Our Prime Minister did not choose himself. He was chosen by the gods of our land. Who dare you? Who dare you? You, the zoo, you, the animal kingdom. You know very well that you don't have all it takes to face these children of warriors. You know very well. Then what is your shenanigans? The world have known. When it comes to terrorists in the world, you come number 2nd. Failed state, you come first or 2nd. The most poverty of this planet Earth, you come first or 2nd. But we're talking about people who are contributing to the well-being of every part of the world today. Shehu Chambers of them are helping you to come talking garbage. Glory be to God for social media that we bring all those things, we place it to the world and tag every part of the world, then get the message. That is why the world are silent. I saw some of you in your TVC saying that Nigeria have destroyed their reputation all over the world. You shut the fuck. There was no Nigeria. These are Biafrans all over the whole world. Now, to tell you how stupid and useless so-called Nigeria, anyone here listen, how useless this part of the world is. Now they are started talking about how to use Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to come. That Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is the only one who can, they should bring him out to come and help you. You want me to bring out, go back to my old Facebook and bring the names you people, including your channel, self-acclaimed the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, a scammer, he's jobless in UK, he got money and they use it to, there's no name being called this man. Today, all of you now, the suggestion of yesterday and today, I think today, is how they can bring Mazen and the country is their only solution. They cannot fold their hands. Zoo is the most useless place on the planet Earth. That is why when I see people from our territory calling themselves Nigerian, that is where my worry, because there is no Nigerian. There is none. And the reason why Musa will have the boss, the reason why is because of the enablers among us. If not that, believe you me, where on earth will Musa? Musa is not trained. Musa, do you train? If you are trained, I will volunteer myself. I will make myself. I will unveil myself. They give you gun. I will take a gun. I believe that you will go down. Or I don't even talk about Biafra Defense Force. They are too professional to face a monkey like you. They are so professional to face a monkey like you. But it's so painful that to see a zoological republic of animals coming up in their media. The world know that your channel TV is a worthless media. It's a bunch of lies. You can never fish something that is beneficial in that the harm of affair of the security. There is no viable road in our territory. A little road, your criminals use sand, fill in bags, and block it. Extorting poor people that there is no factory of 10,000 naira. Go and check how much is 10,000 in dollars. A factory of 10,000 does not exist in that place. But you extort these people from their local market. When your terrorist uniform came to the village to create a vacuum, to create a road for Fulanis to come and take over village, Biafra Defense Force neutralize them. What next? You for another people uniform to go and burn the same market. And you think that all of us will sit back and watch few of you in collaboration of the enablers to destroy our ancestral land? It will never ever happen. But if your family is here, they should warn you, because we have a government and we have a de facto government in homeland. We have a military that protects our people. We cannot be like people of the Benue place. We are not that stupid to allow you to put on a uniform in the night, in the daytime. In the night, you invade our mothers and our fathers. In the morning time, you expect us to come and cry for the same government, terrorist government, to come and save us, like the former governor of Benue State. You don't think that we should be people of Borno. You do not think that we can be the people of Zamfara. Musa, I was thinking that maybe you relate to one of our real fathers. Even your Lord, God look at say, these are great Biafra. Your Lord, your own Lord tells you that these are great Biafrans. And 24th centuries, where all of us contribute to one of the best cities in the world. And you think that we're going to sit back and listen to your garbage, deceit channel TV? None of us watch channel TV. When we are there to listen to your garbage and analyze it and find your lies and stamp it in your face back. You see, our PM use technology, that they should use technology so to counter it. How far have you with your media counter? With the small rats, go sit here, man. How far have they gone? How far have they gone? You want to counter the best in the world? I'm not apologizing to anyone. We are the best. And after second, some of us will travel to our base from Finland and also will come to that Nigeria. Some of us will come. Pray. Some of us are not professional, but we're wicked. There are differences between, we know how to handle this, but we are wicked. We hate you. I'm saying it here. It's my own opinion, not my Minister of Information. I hate Nigeria and I hate any sons and daughters of Nigeria. I hate you with passion because you are the architect of why the vulture was waiting for the corpse of my fathers and my mothers to go down so he can eat. And the world is aware of it. You said in your history that Ojukwu 3 million people was a propaganda. But Irish have the papers of 1967. 5 million starved to death. I have to stop here. Thank you.
Mazi Frank, please take over.
All right, thank you. Thank you, my brother Ugochukwu Biafra. Thank you for your outpost as always. It gives me a great joy to have great and wonderful people like you around me. And this is why Nigeria is confused. We have pushed a very tight corner until they do the needful. They are the criminals here. They are the terrorists here. We are the people defending ourselves, our land, our lives. And nobody will ask us why. Because it is our civil right to be alive. It is our civil right to enjoy every good thing of life. Our people are living like, even if you go to zoo in Western world, you will see how animals are well taken care of. You will see how animals are being fed. You see that they take good care of animals. But in Nigeria, opposite is the case. And people will want us to be alive and watch this happen to our people. This is height of it. These are the people, the West, that when their cat or their dog die, brothers, sisters, you need to see these people, how they are crying, bursting out with hot tears because of their pets that died. But in Nigeria, you see every living soul dying in their thousands, in their hundreds, on daily basis. It did not happen today and stop tomorrow. On daily basis. Yet, these people turn black eyes. They turn deaf and dumb on top of it. It is so sad. And God, out of his infinite mercies, he looked down on us and say, this man, I send you, go and save your people. He came, he was using only his microphone and flag. They castigated him. They took him away from us. God made our prime minister available also. Our prime minister now came. He came with the new dimension, which they have never heard about, not to talk about saying it. They are saying new dimension today, and none of them can stop this tempo. None of them can stop this new dimension because they are all illiterates. That is to show you the people that have been running the government of that contraption for years, decades. They cannot stop this new dimension. Where would they start? So it's high time they come down from their high horses and do the needful, because last that temple they are avoiding is where everything will still end. Sister Stella, worry sister, I'm sorry, you have the mic. You have been here, your hand. Although you did not raise up your hand, but you have the mic, so that after you, we give to our Wadiana, our Mbuni. Worry sister, are you here? Okay, if you're closer to your the mic, sir. Thanks for coming around. Our original Wadiana. Tata.
Thank you. Tatata, boom. We have gathered again, and I would like to use this opportunity to salute all of you and permit me to stand on the existing protocol. But before I do that, there are two or three people that I need to call out here. My leader, Mazen Namdekano, the strongest son of Biafra land that I'm proud of, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in exile, the Finland, the Finnish people, and every one of you. And permit me to mention one of my greatest auntie Nemoche here, vessel of honor. She has been, telling me and coaching me the way I should know, and I am a good learner. I am following her in everything that she does here. She tells me. Thank you so much for having me. When a group of evil people gather together and begin to speak or deliberate on how they are going to kidnap an innocent person who, in his own capacity, is fighting for what has been there before, and they are planning to kidnap him, I say they should go ahead. They have wasted a lot of time. In Ghana here, when they make this kind of comment, I say, oh, why Dodo? You've wasted a lot of time. You should have gone and kidnapped Mazi Simon Ekpa long time ago when he was still grooming himself. Not now. He has become a very stubborn catfish that you cannot swallow. You can't swallow him. You think that Finland is like United Kingdom that sold their own citizen Mazen Namdakan to a different country? They knew that the law in the land, in the Britain, would not allow them to send Mazen Namdakan to Nigeria. They waited until he traveled in connivance with the people that he surrounded himself with as at that time. Because Kenya also is a former colony of the imperialist British government. They took him over there. They caught him. They denigrated him, flew him to Nigeria. The zoo. It is only those that have never been in the corridor of investigation team that will not understand what they did to that great son of Biafra. Most of us that have been within that corridor know what we are talking about. And as long as he survived that ordeal, God kept him. If you don't know how to worship God, go and continue to worship God and praise God for what he has done, because Biafra will surely come. Nobody is going to take the life of Mazen Namdekano. And I pray that all of us, as we stand here, as we continue to fight for the restoration of that glorious land, I wish that all of us will march into that land soonest. You are repenting terrorists. You enlisted them into the Nigerian army and other security apparatuses. You saw them as people worthy to serve in the same corrupt security apparatuses of the zoo. But those that are fighting for one thing, freedom of themselves and their land, ancestral land, that is about to be taken with the aid and the support of the present government of Nigeria. Majority of the people within the Midwestern region are now in IDPs, internal displaced persons. The only thing you would do is to begin to campaign on how to kidnap someone else. I thought that they have balls. I never knew that this is the kind of general that they have in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Shame on you. Shame, shame, shame on you, because you are irrelevant with what you are doing. The campaign on electronic media and the rest of them, complaining about what that man you call that thing in Finland is doing to you. Shame on you. I do not know how you even how you even become a general in the Nigerian army, because you don't fit for a purpose at all. You don't fit for a purpose. If it were when we were there in the war front and you begin to speak in the manner you are speaking, we will take out the pips from you. We take out the gadget that you carry on your neck and put you aside, and you will lose that rank because you are not behaving like a general. General speaks, but that Ekpa, that little criminal in Finland had shown you where power lies, as we say it in Ghana. He has shown you, those that are with him, has shown you where the power lies. The only thing you know about now is to go to the electronic media controlled by the zoo to complain on daily basis. It's where you will belong to until Biafra comes. There is nothing you will do to that son of Biafra. You were able to capture his leader, and my own leader, Mazen Namdekano, from Kenya, because there were so hands that wanted him to be captured, hoping that once he is captured, like the way they did to Wazirike, his adjutants will run away because their boss has been captured. But in this case, you made the grievous mistake of your life, thinking that you want to show the world that the zoo can do anything and get away with it. But this one has become a big bone that you cannot swallow. It's either you swallow it and die, or you vomit us. And you must vomit us. You have no other option than to vomit us if you really want to be alive. Boko Haram, armed Fulani terrorists, ISWAP, they are the golden children of Nigeria's zoo, of Musa, Major General Musa, the defense minister. They are your golden children. But those that are fighting for their own freedom are the terrorists. It is only Chukwu Kikabian who will pay you all. You have started falling. I hope that all of you will fall and continue to break the vital parts of your body, so that you will know that God, Chukwu Kikabian, is with us. We are fighting a just cause. You are fighting an unjust cause. If you really want to know what happens to people that engage in an unjust cause, go and ask the United States Marines, when they went to Vietnam to go and fight. They ran away from there. In Somalia too, we ran away. UNISOM ran away from Somalia because they are the ones defending their land. Whether good or bad, I don't want to know. But as for Biafrans, we are fighting a just cause, and we are going to get what we want. We are not coming to invade anybody's land. We are not coming to murder anybody. We are not coming to displace people. The only thing we ask for is the freedom of my mother's ancestral land, and that we shall get. No matter your threat, I don't blame this man. The only people that I am afraid of is those within us. Those people that are issuing bounties, that have issued bounties on Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in exile, long time ago. These are the people that I'm afraid of, because they live around us. They live within us. Like they say in Igbo language, that what kills a cow lives in the stomach of the cow. They are the people that I am worried about, not these elements from outside the Biafran caucus. May Chukwu Kikabiama bless all of you. May Chukwu Kikabiama continue to make you grow stronger. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to make Simon Ekpa to grow bigger and stronger, become that dangerous and the killable bones in their neck, in their throat. The more they try to swallow you, the more they die. And the more they try to bring you out, the more they will free themselves, and peace will reign in their bosom, and our freedom will be our own. I thank you so much. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to bless you as we go on in this discourse. Thank you. I yield here.
Thank you, our own Wadiana. Awumbuni, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. We are doing this fight together. You are everywhere, fighting for the liberation of your own people, because we are your people. We appreciate you. Is doing this, but many of our people don't care. They feel it's not their business. Why they are seeing what is going on everywhere in Nigeria today? Just keep saying it is not your business. One day it must surely be your business, because those crying today was laughing yesterday. The victims of today was the survival of yesterday. Keep laughing. Keep saying it's not your business. Keep saying it does not concern you. Know this: Nigeria can happen to you in any form. Nigeria can happen to you in any shape. That is just it. It's high time we all come together collectively, join hands together, join forces together, and get our freedom from this evil entity. Well, we are not begging anybody again. We have gone very far. It is if you like, you fight for your freedom. If you don't like, my prayer is for Nigeria to happen to you. It does not matter who you are. It does not matter how you are related to me. For the fact you are not speaking freedom, for the fact you are not talking about Biafra, Oga, brother, sister, leave me the hell alone. Whatever Nigeria does to you, you take it with good faith. That's all. That's all. We are here to make things happen because we have the man who knows how to deal with Nigeria. All he needs from me and you is this support. That is just all he needs from all of us, from every indigenous person. If you are Yoruba, support Biafra, because Biafra freedom will give you freedom. If you are Hausa, support Biafra liberation, because Biafra liberation will give you everlasting peace, everlasting freedom. Musa, tell your masters that these people are unbeatable. Don't be going about the media houses and be disgracing yourself, because that is what you are doing. Keep keep fooling yourself. When I say disgrace, it's understatement. Keep fooling yourself. I promise to be very civil. Musa, don't make me to talk. But the gods of our ancestors have risen. The gods of our land have risen. Know this and have peace. Biafra is unstoppable. Not in this generation. Keep planning how to kidnap our prime minister, we go there because it will not be possible, not in next generation, not in next life. It's not possible. Use that your energy. Use that energy, that your arsenal. If you don't know how to say it, use somebody to say it. Because last, it will still fall on your head. All of you that knows this truth and refuse to say it, you will get the test of whatever you are doing. Because Biafra is here to stay. There is no two ways about that. I appreciate you all for coming. If you are just joining us, you are welcome. Oba Celestine, if you are closer to your mic, you have the mic because you have been here, or else I give to our university. Oba Celestine, are you here with us? All right. University, thanks for coming, sir. You have the mic, sir. Oh my God. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, you're coming out clear. Yes.
I can hear you.
All right.
We can hear you. We can hear you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sirs. Thank you, everyone. All right, go on. University, you have the mic, sir.
I can hear you.
Appreciate
I'm
you.
sorry for the delay. I was coming closer to my device.
Accepted.
Yeah,
Accepted.
thanks. Thanks so very much, Frank, and thank you so very much, Minister Akbarawa, and everybody in the house, Ugochukwu Biafra, and Udo. Udo, I salute you, my brother. I salute Helen Peters, my beautiful sister, and my one and only Ife Chukwude. If Nani Aloha Madiken no Kaima. Frank, you know how to deal with this Musa of a person. The guy is so very much obsessed with our prime minister, according to Claire Dims. This guy is beaten and battered, and he's having trauma already, a kind of uncontrollable trauma, because this is going to drive him to his death. Sometimes death will be calling somebody, the person doesn't know, especially when you are going to the mission of killing people, killing innocent people. Ask this Musa, what have Biafrans done to you? Nothing. How can you be so obsessed to standing the way of freedom? And you are doing it as if you are doing the right thing, trying to, anybody you are calling, they are seeing you as a stupid person. They think that maybe you are crazy. Call Finland to bring this person for you to be killed. You think that people you are talking to are people with many years of experience. You are a defense staff. You are recruiting people. You are sending people to Biafra land to kill people. And we are showing the world what you are doing. And then you are calling the people whom we are showing what you are doing to come and give you somebody, when the one you take is still in court, is still in custody. He have won you, he have beaten you and battered you, even in your court. That's a shame. They are even wondering how possible, especially in the West. When you talk about Europe, they are being very cautious about Nigeria, because there are foreigners everywhere. What if they have mistaken, the people they sent to this mission had mistaken the identity of Nnamdi Kanu and capture a different person? Country, and the family of that person will be, what if Nigeria had let's take, for example, had kidnapped a different person, identity entirely. Do you know the war? What Nigeria did is a war crime. Why? These are things that Europe does not tolerate at all, because they respect human rights. They know that everything we are doing here on earth is about we human beings, it's about all the living things. And that is why who comes inside their territory and their people are safe, because these are things that makes us human, and Nigeria has violated it. The reason why Europe is not making effort that much is because Britain is involved. They know that this Britain has been causing trouble here and there, and they have not even been able to solve the one they have already, because every day things are being spread up. That is why Biafrans have to be very, very strong. We are doing the right thing. Nigeria, I tell you, they are very, very scared, and we need to beat them. We need to beat them very well. We need this money. The government need this money to place Nigeria where it belongs. Some of these troops they send, all those, the day that we capture all of them, when they have gathered, wear them. And then they will understand, trying to prepare for war. All these people, we abandon them, because this is a fight that when you try to, if you like the whole world organized, you know how many years that the issue with Afghanistan has been there? More than 50 years. Everybody who have partnered, try to bring where they have killed people, killed people until, how many people are you going to keep? Just leave them. America even ran and left their property. They didn't disembark, they evacuate. The owners of the took over there. You can call them terrorists, of course they are terrorists, and whatever the name you have given them, they take over everything. And Nigeria wants to dare it, because Britain fought the war last time, and he believed things are no longer like that. And for you to be coming out shaming yourself, I mean, looking at yourself going from one media to another, it shows that you are no longer the defense. You are under. How do you ask me, my country, to give you my citizen, even if he still have your own citizen? At least he has something doing here. He's here safe. Why do you want to have him? Because he's fighting for the people you are oppressing. He should be the one asking me to support him, to come and defend his people in your land. Not you asking me to give him to you. They will destroy human rights. Somebody gave a submission in the earlier space with Frank. He said that if the second person, the Shetima, the terrorist vice president, becomes the president, then it means that the power has been given to the terrorist. The land will be very, very unbearable. He said that human rights will vanish. All these people who are talking on the media, they will be part of the suffering. Fulani does not exclude anybody. Then this kind of criminality, this is what Nigeria is teaching the world, is calling them to bring Simon home. He is sitting there enjoying all the fame enjoying all the respects, enjoying Finland, enjoying our prime minister is not going anywhere. You understand? Our prime minister is not going anywhere. But we will deal with you. We will continue to deal with you like this. You will never ever, for you to dare, for you to have peace. Your heart will be quaking every day, every single. Your heart will quake. That fall you fall just shows you that the land is against you. You understand? So you are going to fend. Mr. Come down there. You will burn because he's a dragon, and the dragon fire will explode everywhere. You want Ekpa to be kidnapped from overseas, and then the recruit. You want to destroy Biafrans, take away Nnamdi Kanu, take away Prime Minister, and then carry all the Boko Haram, put them, carry gun, give Boko Haram, and then they will come to Biafra land and slaughtering people. So this killing that is going on is not enough for Musa. He is not aware that our people this time, fellow Biafrans, this time is everything we need to put our land, our house in order. This time is a time of dedication. It's a time of sacrifice. We are very lucky this very time, especially for anybody who live in Biafra land. You must appreciate this time, because this time has given you the opportunity to register yourself in the right track of history. And this history is going to blossom in the future, because by the time we start celebrating our victory, our independence, and our freedom, the freedom of our women to go to the parks, to go to the waters, to go to do everything, to swim, to game, to enjoy life. Farm practices, cultivate their land without being raped or being killed by anybody. The freedom for our people to build, to create, to think, to develop their ideas that God has given us. God willingly blessed us. God overwhelmingly blessed Biafran people. And Nigeria have done everything that it can to make sure that this light doesn't shine, to make sure that these ideas doesn't manifest. What the hell are you looking for? What is Musa looking for? Musa need to go down, as far as I'm concerned. Musa need to go down, because this guy is an enemy of the future. This guy is an individual that does not want other people to succeed in life. This set of people who go about killing human beings, and they will throw from the back and come to the frontage and ask him, what has he achieved? What has he done? How many lives, how many people has he helped? What he is, somebody in his rank with all these criminalities in Nigeria and how they steal money, how they launder money with his security level, he must have packed enough. Does Musa have any factory or any supermarket or even chemist store that he opened and employ one a mechanic, that engineer that have learned from somewhere, and put him in that store and say, start managing this place, turn this place to an industry. I will have dozens and thousands of industries and businesses that are helping people, and all these things produces money, and people are living fine. When you're working here, you are not working alone. Some of your taxes go a very long way to helping and people, sick people in the hospital. People even go paying, just as we are paying donation for our liberation. People pay donations to hospitals, to social services, social organizations, even to job center. They even pay to some the Ministry of Work. The everybody money. This virus that have damaged the brain. You know the value of the land. You know what is land. People don't know what is land, and they don't know the value. That is why they mistake it. These people you are killing, they don't agree with your evil. They don't agree with slavery. And you kill them, and you exile the ones that you want to exile away from the land. And you start using Dangote trap to, you're asking to deport, to bring, yeah, they are asking him, why do you think that Finland has not done enough to, yes, Finland is shitting them and giving them all the support they need. If you think about how they survive, you don't want to look into their suffering, you don't want to look into their cries, you don't want to care about their survivor, then let them go. Let them the hell go. We are going to indeed, you will see different kinds of things. You will get tired of Biafran people. I'm telling you the fact. Thank you very much, my brother Frank. Let me yield my mic. I'm still here. I'll still come up when I have something to offer. Thank you so much. Chukuma, are you there?
Yes, we are here, brother. Thank you, University. We appreciate you. Thank you so much, brother. They have kicked many people out to the people that their hands are up. What's going on? Mazi Chukwumeze, do you have anything to add to that?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. We'll come back.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Biafrans, our freedom is in our hands. Nobody will do this fight for us except us. Me and you, collectively, we will make things happen. Our Prime Minister is fully ready for Nigeria. He stand gidigbam. Gidigbam, gidigbam. Please, Mimi Ventures, can you please mute your mic? Thank you. Mute your mic, please, sir. All right, thank you. Yeah, our Prime Minister, he stood his ground. They have told Nigeria what to do. Release our leader. Take away all your military from our territories. Dismantle all the checkpoints. Look at what happened the other day. Because of checkpoints, a lot of people died. Dangote trailer crushed how many vehicles that were the lives of the same citizens. Does it make any news? Do you hear it in Arise News? Never. Do you hear it in Channels Television? The answer is no. Do you hear it in TVC? The answer is no. They can't. That is why I say these people are the worst terrorists. All these media houses, they are the worst terrorists. If you are looking for terrorists, you don't know how to identify them. Know any of these journalists. All of them. I did not exclude anybody because they have not come out very strong to of what Minister of Information will do to them. They are still afraid what Tinubu will do to them. Humanity. They are still there romancing the evil going on in Nigeria. And this is why it will not stop. We don't care. Take your Nigeria.